The 28th of January 2021, Thursday, and approximately 19 minutes gone past 1500 hours. GMT, here we are once again on A24 Radio, Abrabopa Radio, A24 Radio GH, on YouTube, A24 TV, on Facebook, A24 Radio UK, on Twitch, A24 Radio, and on Twitter, Periscope at A24 Radio, with another edition of Bamaso. Bamaso is where discerning Ghanaians with discerning thoughts, we come around simply to figure out what we need to do in our own small ways, medium or large ways, in addition to our complaints, so that we'll be able to have the very beautiful Ghana that we so much want to have. So from this very moment until whenever we will draw the curtain, making way for Hour of Awakening and Empowerment, it becomes imperative for us to operate from our primary identity, and that is to say, you are a Ghanaian. See yourself as one, treat yourself as one, and treat others equally as Ghanaians. I will reiterate one more time and let you know that if at any point in time, whatsoever it may be, causes you to disregard or not treat another as a Ghanaian, whatever that causes you to do that is deemed as more important than Ghana itself. So be mindful of what causes you not to treat your fellow as a Ghanaian. Yes, be mindful of that. And if you are able to go by these very simple terms of association, I bet you will certainly enjoy every bit of the action that goes on around here. To this effect, I would humbly welcome you once again to Bamaso. And she has Ronko Kessie, the Mudo, and Metoma or Sam Pempensui, our fide Eda A24 Radio, Abrabopa Radio, A24 Radio GH, and on Facebook, A24 Radio UK, on YouTube, A24 TV, Twitter, Periscope at A24 Radio, and tuition so at A24 Radio. Na Yedru Bamaso, why? Say we need to know. Aha. Ye beto ato adwene ne ahwe kwan a ye betimi afana o my Ghana. Etimi afana ntuma pa efra. Aha ye nyante ase akoye kasem se yen a ye ka Ghana ho asem da ne da nyina ne ye ne Ghana no. Ye ne Ghana no. Enti si ye pese o my Ghana ye yi a ne chese yen na wo se ye de ben. Ye ma o my no eye yi. So pese o ti ase na uhu the entia yan ye wo se ye o man yi a se o hwe ya corona yi ba yi ya e kan nipa bebre e share dem no se utie scientific analysis a wo ye ya the air emframa a ye home no na se air no air pollution came down. It came down drastically. Let's just say, emframa na ebo ewa bonteno na emframa no mu daho kama. Let's say pollution echo form. When we talk about noise pollution, there and Ghana mum nanka noise pollution, some kesi pa. Even noise pollution. Kranso ye dear bay eba form. Say Oma very particular about nature. No, they realize say nature was flourishing beautifully. That is to tell you, say, same pempens one we see drew bia when it comes to pollution and what have you. Nipa na ye debe and if we don't want it to be as it was there, and we are the very ones who have to alter our actions. As simple as that. Enti ne say enti no ye hu ne say o ma Ghana no ebe you say nye you yenya ane ebe de ebe ye be mana yi ana say enye yi. Enti se ba ha together with the complaints no say beyond the complaints no people must step in their responsible self so that they will be able to do extra and sana omega na afa ntoma pefra. But don't say na fire ana enuanom ebi kan asem bi say the normal human being no pesa de no kra pesa o best step into the position of responsibility. Enti ye complaints ni wie na dia e wo senke ye de ka ho kakra bi kra no kitikiti bi kra na e wo senke ye de ka ho to move ourselves closer to what we need to change, you know. And then the atiada we settle with the complaints. It's say when we have to step into our responsible self to deliver what we want now, it demands certain things that we should do. And those certain things that we should do, no, it demands sacrifice from us. No matter how you want to see it, it demands sacrifice from you. Either be it some social sacrifices, some spiritual sacrifices. Yes, so Bompire movie cry sacrifice, and you know, it demands some sacrifice from you. It demands some physical sacrifices, psychological sacrifices, and financial sacrifices. But this one say that responsible self, no, in fact, it only takes people who really know what they want. Anna say one can almost so crana, they will be able to add the extra to the complaints to get what they want. And people settle with just the complaints, and then they will point fingers at our leaders to do whatever they are complaining about. But hey, how long have you complained? How long? Okay, carry on. Is it giving you results? Okay, use that energy. Keep complaining. But if that is not giving you results, say the makano, think of what extra. Meaning, say, if our leaders were to do what they were supposed to do, the multiplier effect will be very huge. But they say, so ono papa be ono papa beda. Enti whatever that you were wishing our leaders to do, next one try and figure out what little you can do. Whichever way, avenue you think say no, this avenue for us to have at least a beautiful Ghana in that corner that you would want to help. As simple as that. Enti asema ya metaka nyina and say the complaints are not enough. Enti se wahwa ejumedie no more or less no, we settle with how we will be able to improve ourselves from the smaller levels growing into the greater level, from the individual levels going to group levels, and then on the national level. Ade ni nyina eno no asem ni nyina enie enti sa wode wafidie na to hase a jetum se wo yare obi ayare meka so yare anye se bia o yare bia wonya arthritis ana se gonorrhea da binya sayade no. But as long as you need to improve upon yourself, no, yare. As long as you are not a perfect being, no, yare. And you know, every one of us, we need to add up to who and what we are. And you are coming to figure out how you can make yourself better than you were yesterday, better than you were a moment ago. And until Waba has say, and correct. So they are working cano. Your politicians now see you go machimba. For chum, I am fat to home. So they was your go or machimba. the be our bar radio send a Ghana so Ghana crown over qua. Ya thought ya come kakra home wa. Hey Busan say a man the open na. Eh no cre I see a go machima. Nemom it all begins with us. And it all begins with us. Yen ye hu adru pa. Na yen fa bibin ka complaints no so that we will get closer to whatever we want to have as a nation. South Tiani said your doctors is identity all the way in Roehampton. Nanatina one nananketia Basingstoke ana nana ewo nana se wodamase pa wodamase said ye mobile ya eneda nasema wode beto opno so no mo kyerɛkyerɛ madwen kama ewo ho ose n'anigye ho pa n'anigye ho enti oda mu nyina mase so tie ani sɛ de nananketia ene ne ho kani eti ani ene adofo akanyinara eti ani dia na kyerɛ sɛ Papa Smiley one more time bigina akwantufo radio anamu tonchia kese die mu dɔ kese pa ana mede ma wo sum na ene den so yento akwantuo no so ye hwɛ kwan a ye betumi afa ye ma Ghana afa nto apefra ye kotie nyumba akombra when we come back but who say Uncle Bodi as always obantem pa na fire ebeba enchekura na bibi enso Finland waba yemfa bibi ahihye so kama and then come on we are revisiting perception yeah revisiting perception say bese na watch and say perception was discussed somewhere. I think that was last year and the kind of perception and wasem well yeah the assembly but top no so na your ball home komono I realized say it is much bigger than I thought and we would have to revisit our perceptions in the new as Ghanaians I will say as I can't wasem ebi intino we are revisiting perception TNT nyom numra ye ba de aka nyina ye de begu pono no so fefefe ne ato aso me die no yensesa no eno ane Papa Smiley. We will certainly be back after this.
Z
Skelly on the beat.
Baby you definitely be yourself with Davido. Ngwamangwala swag in a drip kamana karabulo kukomo ekoligo.
Baby Mara me call me parapa, baby you're blowing my mind yo. Baby Mara me digo me paramba, baby you one of a kind yo. Baby stainless, my baby stainless, baby stainless, my baby stainless. Stainless, baby. Baby, which soap you they use? You find as a fine for your Snapchat. Now your ex-boyfriend need to lose. He left a fly girl for a fly guy. Stainless, big but the boss baby, Miss Independent. Go see again, I don't know my islands. You pointed nose, make other girls nose pointless. Please, but I miss that I'm on them, but again. And the mama try to go for love it. I see you and see you, they see me cause they go to Jordan. And if you do not get, if you delight, then not book up. Is it baby?
Love, baby kiss you more. I do it, baby chumanalo.
Baby Mara me call me parapa, baby you're blowing my mind yo. Baby Mara me digo me baramba, baby you one of a kind yo. Baby stainless. Baby stainless, baby stainless, my baby stainless, stainless baby.
This love with a bomb, this love with a thunder, that never bomb. never funny manga. We won't put us under. I give you love, you give me more. Oh baby, this is one thing to stay for me forevermore. You are the only one now. Take your heart and make you great for me forever. Me oh the shower that baby you blowing my mind yo. Got me feeling like dancing the galala. So mommy call it bam yo. Baby stay less. Baby stay less. I'm on touch. Oh baby stay less. My baby stay less. Stay less baby.
Let me make a song to your heartbeat. Can you dig a gun in a cat keys? When I get a puna phone, no go for the man, no little, no go for the name, kiss my mouthpiece. Hashing you was swagger, but I don't care. Love of your arm, but I man, I don't care. I rap a Kuala, my heart to get film, cut to like a lot of gear.
Baby Mara, they call me para, but baby, you're blowing my mind, yo. Baby Mara, they call me para, but baby, you're one of a kind, yo. Baby, stainless. Baby stainless,
Big Smoke,
baby stainless, my baby stainless, stainless baby.
Press 1. To continue recording, press 2. To delete and re-record.
Omano ebeyi me de ehọ na me focus I know so omano ebeyi na e mane nso hɔ a so omano be ya na kire say something must be done in order for us to have sa omana ayeyi no simples eno anu no enti eno anti ne eba ha say se ebe what we need to do in order to get our nation where we want it to be. Stainless Zoro oni simi ana edi nyumi bre ye se no corona nintino nya chance nkonko yiye na ase ne ensa no ewo party social gatherings enti every now and then na ja tie ya na private levels na ja tie nyumi se na ya toto ya na kakra it's such a very beautiful song unya odofo papa bi na onini di asa ewo sa nwumu ho a ebeko yi pa but say ni ntimi nkwa amonten we still have to do it in our own homes kama pa yo samre yebeko yanim na yama abrantepa fire akwaba wono ane soja no enti yama na soja no ene na wakaka kra bi eno nka bibire kakra bi na enuano mo e woso no nso no omo nso aye debe enya kran aka bi fefefe and the fire and the fire oh
and the papa,
and the fire
and the papa,
and the fire chief
and the papa,
and the fire chief
and the papa smell it, and the papa smell it.
Open navigate. Hey. Good. Me too good to pa. Me too good. Na enyume twegu ye so. I'm just imagine pa say one Patricia wakushia no Ghana so. Na mako nice, you know, on say joints ni bi ho no mo atimu say wo ko ho no mo a I say private level what I say na
onu posi sa no pe
na mo ko ho no no so on say baby a mo ko ye no on say omo lighting system no so ye correct on say baby wo ho no mo a okwa light ni gina ho num gin what I say enti wura ma na ya de ni ehun so de me tro no but bi aso a won so ko no wo de coded ayi na eko what you say enti no onya baby a omo light na ye very correct on say a coded place pa so na fe makote one joint bi so in fact makote honom no sport no omo sound na omo kura no emu so de what you say emu de say a tutor bass a wote so na me tro no na oba Patricia ete wonchen na nyum yi twagu na fire mu twa Guinness 1212 Charlie fire
what drop the channel? What drop the papa? What drop the ye? All my news so come on. About mention crap, I'm a venture, Emma special for, and Johnny Bilson, comma, I was your penny or wine, and answer America, and now, but in Chiamount. I mean, Miaminia, penny, what's it watch it? Beginning can't a female papa. Mitcha Dr. Jingles. Now I'm a chia about to come out. Evangelist, so Papa Michiano. Evangelist, international. Evangelist, Michiano honors.
I just want to ask them no.
Oh, what's that? I'm saying into me. I back to our no, it's all not for me. I think you say, or Panama just come and your lawyer because of what for home better work. Or the way two, this is what you do, and sign a white guy. About I know evangelist, the Jackassian command. Namicha Nofa, Tum, Burma, and I'm saying, I'm saying 2 days, 3 maintaining car. The while you pass it, no way, papa. About more of a man's also in Jackassian command. More of a and so, and I'm more of a last one, more of a crazy on the maintaining car, papa. Maybe say, Omina, Omutia. So, and I bet you, Angelo, were ye very unique, special person. Diana, what you Abraham, no, Hano, now, why papa, Jacosia and Comma Angelo. Dancing and betcha, the one and only man at Evo.
That's all.
That's all. Brilliant man.
That's all.
I'm in Benchano, the Muto, Emma Bochaman, Chaman Kwaku. But papa. Sir, board, I'm wanting to know Ghana, GMPC board, board. More chance there, Papa Kaman, when you move.
Yes, okay.
Sometimes, you know, good president, and the president, one person. Nigeria PC, one PC. Corporations near, you know, I'm a board. So I'm going to say, Chaman Papa, Ankamano, Menka, and Adao, and Kekwenim. Into baby or be about Obinia, a position of trust. As I am president, also, you know, Yepi. Now, we are Tania, Yakabomua, and a man of a pija. About a symbol. Yeah, man, I say the president is supposed to be the deity, or no corporation, or no petroleum, or no agriculture. That day, Sana, we are Sana, Aika Champon. What's in a champon, me and Yamin? Who pension for champon? A champon. That day, Papa, a time has come. Those that will be appointed or got the opportunity to handle some of these corporations and institutions, no, they should live up to expectation. They say, "Chamankoku, for a good bunch back." I'm home, Papa. My member in Chiawe agency. Now, member in Abra. Mom said, "One man good starter, Maniaji. All the Michias I check. As I say, I am now the Scabiano. None of Carasano.
That's right.
I'm a papa too. Also in Jackassian Commano. Papa, now, only Maria be
catch them.
Papa, Prince Babadi, or when ninja sing. Only at Bobo.
Sir, Bombardi,
I
Say any idea perception was someone.
I'm a perception of Majesty, and I'm going to the university. Martin, I never go hard. You are. But I also going to introduce you another topic.
Na set to you, any general. They say, who can bombardier or when the gym was saying, how would you want me to accept so when
well, sometimes no one say now two of us understand ourselves. Now, I mean, I was a fire, I'm fancy. What am fancy? Anyway, I'm not conversation yet.
You, any audio constraint?
Any, on the Euro bombarding in Ghana.
That's right.
And a friend of Fonso. And Omacasa. One so one way in Achi. Moye, I'm not monomoti. You much I say, Grafua, woman, no more than man of Doffono, Antia, Omocasa Fonso. There was a stimulation. Stimulation of the heart, almost 65%. Now, one way, not all things are equal, only 15%.
Sound.
Okay. They do that, Baba. I didn't have any phone, I want that stimulation. I want to cry. Many part, you better say, Papa, about that, Bombarded, Jackass and come out. Jackass and come out, Bombarded. Now, Maka and where we are.
Not fire. Uti. Minim so walk to a beard, but Assembia, Botchema, Ediaba, was sending fan to him, na bon toffa. Or say, Sopho Duncan Williams, Chairman JJ Yassi, so. Na I say Sopho Duncan Williams was a double condom. What is it? Say double condom, Yassi, just was a double mask. What is it? Mask na him say you share 1-1 no meaning say fashion dia Sopho Duncan no wa share mask mienu ajaze na omonti ase say osofo a wutimi bompa ye commanded dollar there na coronavirus small one we see no or koshe two mask or watch mask or on tiasie na what you saying fire to our common so
you as will be your son Odro so what is your son Odro
I
what's you koroi korati na to asem no nitiawa no corona ati obi ato na I just want to say enslavement into it take long time on say what the ahoma at the trade the join no now the no bodu ahoma now say a join wempo I mean to sana no na ko sana no jina ho o asa mi ka teni
ma to asipa ma to asipa
na the number edu ahom 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days now ufidino you sure uko yi ahoma na on to the 9 again o de say me your class ni bi na eja ko tubati on to the 9 o ni say say ahoma no bono inti again no it enslaves you even when educated so on say believe into say I didn't tell me pe bombard asem no one no nya ade no debate say because of them say ade no it's undebatable. It was a belief. They believe so. Even though I'm one down common, now they want to debate you. I'm not go school. A lot of Ghanaians, Anka Corona and Abano, they should have been liberated, but still they will follow this Duncan Williams and those people who claim that they are men of God. Now they are man of our doing. Make us know, and you about the know. What if you also the court? Oh, man can eat. What if you the Bible? What is it? And I said gloves. In the Nipano, enslavement no more to a sense. Religion is so powerful. Check. Bakuni. I did the power we are snacking. And you know, I have fallen for boy. of La Cote d'Ivoire. Or say I did the power yasino. Any bearman or bar. One money jim and I had there. President Kufo say, I did any there, oh, we are say, and it traveling. Since you don't travel. But still, we enjoy the year. One say President Kufo, Ediano, and that's no papa. Now, I'm kind of almost see so. So, Mamma be able to fire the one of kind, President Kufo, for the CV. Was so on your 10,000 or the 8,000 to coin on Pedia and on Pensa, President Kufo. And after the support, when you say, I tell you, can it come into the body of the day of a power best 5 power districts or so bad as a Canadano. I don't know what I'm not for. 80 and a crack at Japan, in Japan. So, 80 number of interest at Casa, and I thought you were okay, Daddy. We need the area. Because I me up to one a Patricia 3. Was it there before a virgin? I'm so good, what type of virgin? Because Patricia Ampono makes man a virgin. You're going to born again virgin. About it.
Oh, the need is on Wajito, so a secondary.
You're going to born again virgin. Says Patricia, no matter. So I have that. No, and then who used to be so. Indeed, what they say, fire, Baba Waremeno. Mimma, Bama Pia, enemy exercise. Now, or to meet ASR or a virgin, and that virgin will call it born again virgin. Baba, indeed, all that. And a Papa, virgin Bakwa, and not every Yapa says a virgin or you're an unfortunate virgin. Papa, say.
Oh, unfortunate.
On the explanation, no, I was a demon in the pit. Well, unfortunate. Papa, I could not bear do all. Was say, one person by maybe I didn't know back. On to say, Yawareno. Now, Papa, Siabi, Achinel Repino. Teach Aquasiabi, Achinel Repino. Don't know Aquasiabi, Achinel Repino. And you're bound in the pet. I am unfortunate. Papa, are you getting it? What are you even though you cannot tell me, you know. So, and you're not, and I'll pass it to an unfortunate. A go on swan, a disease, carrier, it will take him, you know. There was a sinner on your virgin. Oh, and no, now, near no more, I'm way a sereno. Virgin for no more, I'm a sereno. And then you can penetrate, you know. But on one age to object. I'm on a walk tunnel. Now I tell him, you know, I'm on a walk. That might be an eye. Okay, I know text. Last text now. We come. That might be an hard of that. And but I'm be an eye. And so, what do you call medicine? Now, got a test with you, didn't you? And I do an mammy, I don't know. Now, I got to talk to any. Or the womb. But the wombs are not a you know. When you're virgin, but technically, we're virgin.
Virgin. Okay.
Because what the call religious side, you're got Tessina or a virgin. Papa Smiley. Indeed, me the basic, minimum sense, and baby.
Yo.
Now, Ubisa, or Daruma.
Yabemwa homes wahana yama Bibi Akwaba Bibi Finland mse ono nso aba yama na Akwaba yama Bombardier nso Akwaba and then asem no mse ne we are revisiting perception one more time mse the perception ever to honom no yenkomudim no realize say it is much bigger, especially in my case and I realize it is much bigger than I possibly thought. And in fact, I was say it to me a whole series to cry on perception under the new Ghana U, the new U Ghanaian. No, and she will be revisiting perception today. But before that, no, Yama Bibi Finland Akwaba Bibi. Then bomb to say,
Papa, can I hear evangelist?
Evangelist, me review. Evangelist.
Speaker. What is the address people according to their title? Obi second deputy speaker. Put me and that's honorable. That's what the country man.
Yo. And international evangelist, Bibi. Now, important to say.
Kristo adaruma boko.
Good word. Na Bibi, me wo quote bi wa ha o na me pese wo kire wa dwen kakra wo ho. O say growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as remaining mentally enslaved. Misaka bi growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as remaining mentally enslaved. What do you say?
Nothing is as painful as remaining mentally enslaved. Nessa.
Mentally enslaved.
Mentally slave.
Mentally enslaved.
Okay.
Nothing is more painful than that.
Yeah, mentally enslaved. I understand. Yeah.
I see. Now, in your case, you can mental slavery. I know
mental slavery. Sir, when you say obi, and I say, like obi at me, I don't try and don't
indoctrinate.
Why I don't try like
indoctrinate. Okay.
Now. Oduwa ko jina baby baako so dia se na ade no ayese no na wonim anaze no na wo de wo do ho ato so ompeze wo be mo collect and right so na ade no so no yemfa ni se enye nokore but wamo ayesa so dia se maybe you could have do something different as a beboa but wamo is anti de bia no akoy say wonni wo ho wonni wo ho and you say them why na we no nya ze bia wachi wa hye dem ba wadwen no na wo de agina ba bi baako so ti adwen no circulating ko ba bia that is how I understand about mental slavery.
And said they was actually mean can you cite some possible cases of mental slavery or Africa and as Ghana? Possible cases be out here. This particular case we had an issue of mental slavery.
Okay. A whole lot of things. It could be say Africa ayi bi se ade bia on se broni ade bia e papa broni e bibia e papa broni ka sema e papa so sometimes no be think komo or say metenu radio so and which is the fact say about radios no e papa the fact say we internet no e papa so they say obu ha na adwen no that is how akojina ena obu onzo a na busuafo ana ne parents right I did know I'm an inchire bi ama ogina ba bi faako so tia se enti ono nzo no betima e mental slavery sa ena religion so there is a religion so mental slavery ewom. Okay. Because say obi amfa anchirechiro papa na or the like I used to say ade no say de tie no wokoto sekan all the could no aduan but ebedu ba bi na aye weapon enti no obi a create a friend say theory out of it so what you say and odi aye enti no ama wonso adwan akoji ba bi wonni wo ho it's like ade na wo ye no kra no unti ase but you have to do until religion so no mental slavery wom because nipa bebree the Bible no akyi wɔn adwene ahyɛ toɔ mu. The Bible no akyi wɔn adwene ahyɛ toɔ mu. Ɔkɔpɛ adwuma asɔfo onyayere no ɔkɔware na Jesus ɔkɔbusa asɔfo ansa sɛ ɔbaa mi nware no maame nware no obu ɔkora itimi ka kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo maame nyɛ na free hɔ no kora no ɔnkɔ maame ho bi so nti religion Bible no the Bible have been used to enslave a lot of people.
Okay, I see.
That's not to say, let me emphasize that. That's not to say, sir, that the Bible is wrong. Another Bible in your papa, but it can serve it can serve as a tool, a weapon.
Okay, all right. Yo.
That is say acid. Obi ani paboni ni saka acid. Obi timi dia di boni pa, but acid in so no timi ya die pa.
Okay.
Cocaine ya cry ye bo hu de we hu so obi kuta bia be chwe. Eye adwuma pa eboa. E wo nema bebre mu. And so ekodi wrong hands it made the juma bonnet. So it's a similar thing in the Bible.
Okay. Yo.
When the Bible falls into a wrong hands, it can be used to enslave people.
Yes, fire.
In fact, I really enjoy international evangelists. Papa, Sanya Pano. Aha. What bunch of Muna, Obi Tianus, a Tassu. Didn't I have evangelists? And none of them more about Papa. I'm that.
All right, then. And evangelist, or basketball, and no. Now, with you, and son ever call me, and some send ram my quotation be say, Bible verse be say, cooking kana, my, who say, and me who ne say sa chapter na ebetimi dia bomb paye ene ya ene wiase ya yewo ya eye Psalm 109 so na nya bia utimi kenkan
yeah me hwem
okay na o Bible nda wani ma betimi akenkan ne twi amaye o kenkan ne twi maye anka mani beje ho pa
ni twi o me say me bia twi o me phone so but o betimi akan bro for now.
Okay. All right then. And Bible verse ba kwa me de ma bibi say eja won kokenkan na
etiefo ntia.
Ene oba o me chichiri man say ene no ye betimi ayusu ensem a na David ka ho asem na yenso ye de aye adwuma ena Psalm 109 ho asem ni o say hold not thy peace O God of my praise. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are opened against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue. They compassed me about also with words of hatred and fought against me without a cause. For my love they are my adversaries. But I give myself unto prayer, and they have rewarded me evil for good and hatred for my love. Set thou a wicked man over me, and let Satan stand in his right hand. When he shall be judged, let him be condemned, and let his prayer become sin. Let his days be few, and let another take his office. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. Let his children be continually vagabonds and beg. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Let the extortioner catch all that he hath, and let the stranger spoil his labor. Let there be none to extend mercy unto him, neither let there be any to favor his fatherless children. Let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following, let their name be blotted out. Let the iniquity of his father be remembered with the Lord, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out. Let them be before the Lord continually, that he may cut off the memory of them from the earth. Because that he remembered not to shew mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart. As he loved cursing so let it come unto him. As he delighted not in blessing, so let it be far from him. As he clothed himself with cursing like as with his garment, so let it come into his bowels like water, and let oil into his and like oil into his bones. Let it be unto him as the garment which covered him, and for a girdle wherewith he is girded continually. Let this be the reward of mine adversaries from the Lord, and of them that speak evil against my soul. But do thou for me, O God the Lord, for thy name's sake, because thy mercy is good. Deliver thou me, for I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. I am gone like the shadow when it declineth. I am tossed up and down as the locust. My knees are weak through fasting, and my flesh faileth of fatness. I became also a reproach unto them. When they looked upon me, they shook their heads. Help me, O Lord my God, O save me according to thy mercy, that they may know that this is thy hand, that thou, Lord, hast done it. Let them curse, but bless thou. When they arise, let them be ashamed, but let thy servant rejoice. Let my adversaries be clothed with shame, and let them cover themselves with their own confusion, as with a mantle. I will greatly praise the Lord with my mouth. Yea, I will praise him among the multitude. For he shall stand in the right hand of the poor, to save him from those that condemn his soul. Psalm 109. And I'm a king country way. Bibi.
Amen.
Hey, what can
Yo,
I come?
Papa.
You.
That is it.
Okay.
No,
I'm not some the okay we are coming. I think it's that this Psalms no. This Psalms no. One of the Psalms yeah, omo a group is a mo friend no imprecatory Psalms.
Implicatory.
That is say omo on say imprecatory and I say implicate. Like yes, to call upon the judgment of God on earth. And you know now omo ye on say omo I say nyoma na say bibi e de chante and I de bomb the influence on paibo no omo de fresh nyame a judgment embra so ho asase so na wohwemu a on say David no obi aye no bonne and I say eye ne ya obi tanatamfo ne ade as a personality of David, you know, he was a warrior and obetimi odi akun bebre. And you know, say if David want that person dead, he can easily go and kill that person. So, but he wants to give it to God for the judgment of God to happen. Yeah, and that was something like that. But sir, adie we know, be far mompaye. Because so we o Christonia, right? Now from say me o Christonia. Me hu ni say enye ade a obetimi e de abompaye. And I say enye ade a we say o de bompaye.
Sir.
Because on say Bible no free baby and a beduru baby. So yes, as you see school no class 1 and then be as well and is soccer to idea day and yes you and fine s near this we dias ahaye ho keke sorry I say but ni nyina zo ka ho because it contributed to something. What do I say? Your analysis, how you analyze something, how you think ni nyina no boy and develop you. But when you look back, you say so. We crying, we cranky and every, but it's important. And it's also there. But I may cannot want me from umpire because me mfa mompae because say woyɛ Kristoni a yɛn nyinaa no Kristo som no ehu ni sɛ na sɛ Bible no kyerɛkyerɛ sɛ ne yɛ abɔnefo ɛna onyame de ɛbɔne akyɛ ɛna yɛabɛyɛ papa enti sɛ yɛbɔ mpae kum a anka yɛkum before a yɛde wo bɔne bɛkyɛw a bɛyɛ Kristoni because David so ɔno nso no he went through certain things so nti sɛ bi bɔ mpae kum a ka ebi a obi di kan kora bɔ mpae kum na ansa na ɔbɛyɛ ɔhene nti sɛ woyɛ Kristoni a na wo obi ayɛ ɔbɔne bi na wo bɔ mpae sei no what do you think about when you were a sinner and I say something like that ɛna woyɛ Kristoni na nso ntumi mfa bɔne gya na wo Kristo suma a wo som no ɛto sini kakra na it is also one of the things prayer nneɛma baako maako bi a ya Kristofoɔ no bebree no we got it wrong the way a yɛbɔ mpaeɛ no ebi mo sɛ ɛna ɔna yɛ nyinaa sɛ obi sɛ bayifoɔ mebɔ me nsɛm bɔ mpaeɛ a ɛna ne ogya nkɔ ne so yɛn nyinaa nim sɛ wontumi nku honhom nti ɛda yi wokoku honhom wobɔ mpaeɛ sɛ woku honhom I think it does not make sense ɛna also sɛ a friend is saying ɛna also sɛ your friend is say a year say nano na on make us obi on say ma de bia kodi bonsam wo okwa esi pagya wonsa kadi machi ma de bia kodi bonsam wo 2021 meji ma de wo Yesu de mo na o ma sha se ya I think it's a waste of time and energy because then a word you could timi could dibon some
and then I meant
from heaven
and then I meant no because
nyame this one is
okay
because nyame tumano kra oba na me no kra no se me ma de obon some wa mempe o ya se eno ntino say wo Kristo na wo nsua Bible no wan te niam bi ase because somehow no wo hu ni say wo say o kra no ehye Yesu mu na Yesu nso ehye nyame mu but you are praying against before you are praying so you don't really believe
I see
say o kra no is hidden somewhere what you say and you know as a Christian no the way nyame ayo no enya de a before ebetima control life
bibi
like you are saying
bibi ho on say wabobon sem bebre so right wo say say wade akodi bonsam ho no wunyintum say wade bi atima akodi bonsam ho nyasa
kwa be so na majapade ebetima akodi bonsam ho that is what I want to understand
na on say
Bible ni cheche me say wade bi betima akodi bonsam ho
okay all right now on say na no me no osofu bi kasa e o ka kire me say say ya na o ye mutaka say Yesu muja ana abeto ye meboa right say sa na tie
yes
ana okay now obviously
no sana Bible ni cheche
Bible ni cheche thank you all right now say Yesu muja ana ato ye ya na chese na obi ton ana Yesu ye de be edi ne moja to ya na Nyankopon de ne moja ne ye de Yesu moja ne ye de be eto ye na mbusa ne se hwan na eton wo se bonsam ana na ye de be ana na eton
asem na wo ne oboa
oboa say
Bible na nka je bonsam one thing asem na wo kana it is say o ga ze kotonitri master boa sometimes no on say ye kasa bi e ka Jesus Yesu moja to what you say that is bought you with the blood that there has been some exchange there is an exchange so what you say why you born and what you deserve is to die
okay
right and obi abe exchange ono abe obewu in your place and in this case you know there has been some exchange and the loss of blood no ending the death so what you say Bible they say life is in the blood so what you say life is in the blood that is it passed through the Bible. And you know, when that has happened now, you say the blood no, and no, I say, wawu, the blood not falling. And no, na be exchange.
Okay.
So, and you know, we or Christo, you know, you will not go to do through that punishment. Somebody have catered for that. And in a case of the Nimoja atoye, it is not like say or the akoto. Like say some people can make that illustration, but and yes, so some they turn there, you know.
Hey, and you're interpreting. They are interpreting it. If they can make that illustration, they are interpreting it. Therefore, preach on.
Okay.
Yes, Antina. So be a case or the arguing interpreted here, and they are the arguing, and then the problem yaban. But say, you know, you're two boys in your kind of discussion. We can get the understanding.
Oh, international value.
We can get the understanding. But
you empire, you know, something.
And the empire, Papa, me for Sadia and Mompire because. So Christo ni no kra no so de bonache so they say ona Yesu Christo so kan sembi Matthew chapter 5 no or can be say or say obi tu ani atunu bia say tooth for tooth but me catch us say bompae mo atamfo.
That's right.
Na shira wo mo town nti no say if you believe in this you are a Christian, you follow Christ now ko gina ba bi say me ku obi a I think say you are beating about the bush. And say we don't got it right. Say be who media me who say Christo sum na mpai bono e bia mienu miensa.
Okay.
Say wo there radiase. That is all. Papa, look at this. Jesus Christo is so aduane no dase. He just thank God. Onya aduane no akra bia aduane o de ba ya omo bia benyi bi no odase. But and then obi so aduane mu a rebuke a break every event who break whatever wa no aduane no kra no so ho now o rebuke break you thank God and you eat it so they say
okay
enti asida no ene na wo bom paya ma obi interceding for people to know Christ is interceding and also say bia wo akomaso ade bia also the request ekọ awurade anim no so no wo nyanyema nyina na request ade bi wo kra na waya ma dada na nsan kobusa ade bi wo kra o say if you obey you get this na wo kobusa so they say enti say wa nye no the will of God na enti mpaibo no ade bi most of us no nipa be we got it wrong.
Okay. Enti
sorry them say mami skill I think it will not work like that. Mezana me huno.
Okay.
But on say like yeah can obi didie na ya di say doctrination no ya obviously me papa ne boiska nyame ne boiska enti no I mean ni kwan say me yo here ni me wa no you are not working. How can you get money?
I see.
Amount of knowledge, you have to use it.
Enti bibi what's this idea what some 109 wo won fanya adwuma me boa
e fa mompae
ana nyame asem
ana mpai boa
say nyame asem ana
nyame asem it must be there. It's a reference. Ana it's a reference. It tells what happened.
But say nyame asem me boa
nyame asem yeah
fire no. Yep, I want to establish something. Enti no inspiration free nyankopon ne ba David so no tworo sa asem we me boa.
Yes. And let me say adie bia ye no kre no when it is no kre and normal I see Bible so I see the person said it no kre so they are saying
the question is
it's carried that inspiration.
Bibi ɛyɛ nyankopɔn na inspire David
Yeah.
sɛ wɔntwerɛ saa asɛm wei a na adeɛ mpɛ sɛ muhu no is it
All scriptures are inspired.
fire ade ɛnɛ wode kakra gu fam ana na yɛ Thursday o
Yes. Na tie ɛsɛ ɛna papa yɛ kan no David nso no ɔkasa kyerɛ hwan.
ɛsɛ asɛ wɔde ne request ɛkɔma nyankopɔn
Nti nyame na iska so wɔnka wei no nsan ka kyerɛ.
ɛsɛ ɛna mebusa yi sɛ mede mebusa wo sɛ
Yes, nti sɛ tie one thing is the inspiration no it is not say be a yɛmfa ne sɛ wakɔtena ɛpoano na ebi a sɛdeɛ na woka sɛ obi mu akɔtena baabi no magye bi a mmienu bi na ɛsɛ ɛnwom bi bɔ so you are being inspired no woka bibi saa me boa
meka bisa
ɛno yɛ a kind of inspiration obi timi inspire no atwerɛ love letter obi inspire no atwerɛ nwom obi inspire no atwerɛ but since David got to the point to become like almost like a prophet and you know in some no it carries weight and these are those days no a year and paibo inspired to request this from God, so it is in the interest of God who be another onye.
I see. And you know,
God inspired him, all right, but it's not what he has said because at the back of your mind, you know, you have something.
I see maybe I say
but and then no, I was make
my confused kakra. So
I mean my confused. My confused cry.
Okay.
Let's
come clear.
On say me dem pese me hu say eye onyankopon ene inspire David man na twerɛ saa nsɛm wi e man ne be the word of God said ye o ka say Bible.
Of course.
Okay.
That is all you want to hear.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Na just say the side tie dia so onyankopon na inspire ne na say onyankopon fo aso ana. Baby.
Yes.
Onyankopon fo aso.
Why is it Dr. Bawumi?
Of empire na David Igbo no so.
Na nyame tie. Na was no who say tie. Was so
oh fire, be careful.
A generation. Right? Was who say a generation. At that point, any DNA e koso de omo ye no. Something na omo ye those days. They say certain this to request a friend is say the judgment of God unto some people. Sometimes no obi or a friend say if for say a Christopher omoko persecution and kofo kunkum omo obi a Christo or so for be near kuno so for some people also pray as the unyame emfa some punishment be emra safo. So this is a similar issue. So they say. But I would rather pray for the repentance of these people and or to pray for that thing to stop. Yeah. So it knows and yet but that was something they were doing.
Okay.
So and this now time for more Israel so because those days no so obi nye Christian obi nye nyame sum ya na yekuna na so owu a is nothing. It's nothing. Obi nye nyame sum ni there was an incident obi a Moses akoye bibi akobom paya ba ma nkofo bi like nyame buofu omo because no omo buy no omo sum afi no the Moses is trying to get the people back on track. Na obi akofa oba na osan de na ko ntumadan nim ene ne da. Somebody went to kill that person and the person was recommended because he was doing something filthy. But in the New Testament and I say baby aya bedru no it is not done say obi nye Kristo ni ntimi fa se kan kotwa no. Enti na mka jo say Bible no study a ubedru baby a ubohu baby a instructive what we are doing what we supposed to do. So they say, ain't no obu as media me Moses simra na me diso. Ain't no see you 2 and year 20. That is nipa no only much knowledge in the Bible. So much knowledge in the Bible, I won't say free baby and a cool baby. So ain't in a hano ya chumwa.
Okay, and he say no.
We are under the grace of God.
And then say, yeah,
don't think it yes.
And a honor there, he say it ceases to be the word of God and 109. See,
it does not cease to be the word of God. It is necessary. We say woho nature emiyehu. Because sometimes we say Old Testament ni wa. Old Testament ni wa ki ebe yira bebre.
Okay. All right, fire train. All right, Bibi. Tram you what it? Tram nam say an uncle would differ so bamuntem into no. Minty uncle would. Uncle would.
Na me bisa yi so question back Bibi. This time no can me I think bebre but last one I want to say David Empire no e na me na Empire no e ho na maintenance. E ho no me bisa kakra.
Okay.
Yes America make us the difference we say Yesu ba ya na omu bisa na ware ho sem no. O say Moses e say ye ma ware krata ni nya. E no say na nkan tisa na ma kuma din ti ena ode sa ade no mam na no kire say emfi nyame na share no but Moses na apem enti no Bible no de enti edu ba bia na ama ye ni say me no we no David ni pa enti okwa mu yiyi mo no ana gene ne ha wo mu na ode kiro sa asem no enti okwa so mfa mo mpa ye ho de mtena se ba okwa say nyame na na me sem dia me no ho na me mpa se me ti
part no anya nyame asem
I'm not him. David na.
Oh, fire. Enya butre na said e ohun ya odedodo to wase. Enya butre.
Fire. O se na o kan so me fie. Me ko se ye fa na se gidie e na ba bia bi bisa se o se obonsam tini enso na die mu then e ka se bia na die ye kodo obonsam but Daniel chapter 10 verse 12-13 no na o ka bi say Daniel bon paye na ni nchira ne ba no Persia ahụ Mose ahụ bi a Satan ahụ mu so ne paye bonim na request na eba eti ahụ no the person mu ka ko se obonsam tini nso adie mu
okay.
Yeah, me person me chere. Yo, nema me no bi. A friend say ka say nyame asemo a. Ye wo de nyame na ka chere wo. So dey say. Ena Bible no the way nyame inspire mo mo chere no. He omo tio say ka nyame ema dictate ma omo. It was not a dictation. So the dictate ma omo an ka wan hwekra na ka no Bible no e bia we might not find it relevant. But Onyame allowed them so to write it in their life, their own life, what is happening around them. Because there are certain things be crank and you can say, okay, come be free. So, but Onyame allowed them to write it their life, what is happening. And Yazenka, why in a bit me actually book be a biography? No, why implicating him? No, or editor, no, but God allowed them to write it.
Bible no mun say na no.
That is why a money is relevant today because it is in their life. So, and there are certain places that Onyame edema won say can we say we say and also so and a book instructive. So into all these things combined, into Edimika say their life, no, their lifestyle, the what happened, or more banime is here, obi to obi we Edimika say okay, and we near encounter. Say we are Moses or the Nigerian can be Edimika say encounter. Yinina kanfua and a date yasieba. And you know, Edimika say a be nyebi. And he perfectly understands certain things are obia. I'm overcome Miami knowledge and as a Miami say, but in kafua. and a whole thing.
Okay.
About Persia and Daniel. Persia, that is a prince of Persia. I call it a home homo di krubi so. Now say home homo bo krubi by a home by. And you know, Daniel bomb and definitely that's a friend say home homo no. A better obey challenge it, obey try to obey in a juma. But in that shell, no, at the end of the day, no, what happened? The power prevailed. So they say, and to me, because we are Christiania, obunsam any usu control. Say obunsam any usu control. Christopher, no, I said they are living in a state of insecurity. Obo akobi de nebe kusku anu ate anu nti wo yasra ne ho nyina because anhwa obi kura komana biane yesi an wiase ehu obi chia wo obi o sei obi chia no obi okuta ho bone obi mane tofia adane ni pansa all kinds of stories or system tino I say esuro bi wo mumu but Bible na da one is wo ama usuro ho so why is it I say obunsam bekume me ko say bekume like we I say you can see 31st see obo on kwa sorry 31st dem an kwa so afini nyina wan hwe kura nko yi ba me 31st bi enya soro wa yenko ye titifie ye fa ho adwen ye bom pai kakra so enti I say Christopher no they are living in a state of insecurity but you have to know say as a child of God no onyame enewo the ultimate say or ye ultimate sense one ma kwan ya bibia no obetime si wa brabo
okay
senko obonsam otumi so obi a mekuku no wo so nkoku ye nyina
na say
otumi ba ni tumi no
na to was you
ni tumi ni ye
baby try you they say no what's akwa sem ba ko bia ba also otumi a
let's stick to the issues
ni tumi ni limited right now you see
baby kudru
baby kudru meboa
yeah
eti ni tumi no de etimi ekokudru bia bia otimi chi nyankopon ma na se nyankopon pene ma de a ewo se nyankopon ma ne doba begu ansa na wetima je ne manya sa bonsam tumi no dru
ho I say o say bonsam ne process nipa ekuta ni there me say nipa aye bone nipa afum nyame right and you know we have to be punished
by who
say
by who
right and as somebody
punished by who
God
okay all right okay God has to punish us okay all right Anna when administer punishment no
you have what be taking place Jesus has a friend say what be taking the punishment on behalf of us. Jesus have taken the punishment on behalf of us. That is the whole story.
Okay. All right.
And whoever believe in that, what Jesus did, no, will be saved. But say why you don't believe in it, then that is your own cup of tea.
Okay. All right then. Maybe memoir home is what I say.
When somebody it's not like that.
It's not like that. Oh, okay. All right. With the assignment I did BB Psalm 109 making kind in BBC Psalm 5 Empire na David Boy and one fine year be on fine year juma. In fact, old church them was me who say and Yankopon na inspire David a man here dear bay. A tro sansing we see come and send me break APF remoi I know say your questions kakra de be ewo ho and then no your cap perception ho asem de but say wohwe petetakra mu yi a enkoma ye die nyina is all down to our perception said the bb chechire mu said your chechire mu nyina na the perception and wo hwe so e de a chechire mu sa no na we for status enti me hu say na sika num nyina beba so yebema obia meet be say miensa on this very issue no obia ka bi right after no and then we step into perception fully pa kama ma me sha say e wo fire so I hope so obedi meet miensa no so onko ti free bebre fire oh aha yenkwe wate Yeah, snappy. Question be our
BB international evangelist. What's it all you Psalms and say, well, you should not drink. That's the truth. Into you should not drink, no one says, I deal, you know, and what, well, into as a man concerned, answer many and again say, or say, now David or your warrior, and say, don't go to me, and you're warning your choir about winning. We know it. Into this one is asking for what we call indirect revenge. Make my quotation of paternity. David, yeah. You watch Bobo 3 days or can't send me off David to home. Now, some not can hear perfect. By example, not in your sanity. Or call to Sorno or say, one can all kind of way you say, mean to me, Kumo Bia, Yanko Passan and go. Do need be any over to me T2 and at time at that time. Won't me and more do him at that time. A wakam mammy, Yahim for Adadano. Won't me in a time, won't me mono, Yin in Pabua, end of the chief. Oh, but David was a very wicked person. Okofa oba, ofa oba, of one fan about couple, Bible, and some more. Or father twice no banning me. Also, Nimiano, no, or ma, or that said, one fan couldn't go see, but be unto Quano. This is a wicked person, and you could have revenge, but because of that law, well, indeed, I teach him not of Obama actor said he didn't revenge. No, when you quite. As Juni, and then I hear him we are him for, and then Pono, on say, Nanakufado, or didn't quas as someone, the kind of thing, so I said, Nano didn't quas as because he's no high authority. Oh, Sana not do for no etier. Indeed, idea we are on a year revenge, and that have been David's style, or be or tiny be or get revenge, or to me, on to me, no power. And this is what we need to understand. Revenge be or why, and you now be ye. Just so be a car upon the power UK. Also, Kotaka say, oh, the Cobono, but you revenge by taking the legal process. And I did explain, say, well, yes, sir, Britain for me, yes, sir, now he's doing that for the future. So that Obi Abo, one of Sabono, one of the of a focus, non from Koba for the view. That is all that we're talking about. All right. But don't say, I don't talk if you can't so so. Well, inti a dream with time, you know. And also I deal with your hand and your papa. Now I'm happy to say here about me, I say, near maybe with Bible, it means by implication, you know, sir, a chapter in Pono, about me at TFM because it's unnecessary.
Okay. All right then. Fire, home is way. Now, Yama Botchaman and Sombra. Botchaman. And the cuckoo, and the cuckoo,
and the papa, and the papa,
and the cuckoo, and your bamaso.
I drink Cassia. Never who say I drink Cassia a pure Hanumo, a family BB so. Now, make sure or more wedding campus in Michelle in Trafoso. Now, in some now more come, more day year, more day year, and I make a car making me a castle and the say. The Bible is full of contradictions. So, Utumika say, no offer vampire. That means it's inside the Bible with ye and with him. So, we must say, Bible, me and Fabin Caho, my and fat, yen ye being film. In Texas, so I had a windy Christo Nembrano. So, we have to accept the fact, say, Bible, no. The Bible was written by human beings. Obini akwentu, obini abrabo, obini send your born empire, obini send your revenge, and your training. God did not inspire anybody because it's only be a hot more. Yasifim, time say a Bible. Nessa wood to make us say, Yankupon or Unku atamfo. A massive and you say, yeah, no, if you say, yeah, the Papa is our Bible. Look, it is about time. So called Christians, we accept the fact that the Bible was written by human beings at the time, and now it is not significant to the situation that we are in now. Look at what is happening with Corona. We've caught your free bimu a D4, your free bimu, they say. A man for see a bonfire, fasting. Why is this thing still going up? Why is it going up? I didn't think Yankupon de a sa bibi say beba in the muscle. All loving God. We have to open our eyes and stop this mental slavery.
Okay.
Kakra me walk I've really enjoyed his conversation, and I've tapped into his thinking. Say he needs to do a lot more to be able to understand the faith now or woman. Say it is not the word of God.
Okay. All right.
If as I'm not no can, does it resonate? Does it resonate with his soul? Bibi a obeka o Bible mu a eni wusunsum ne beje no na ye nyame asem, because onyankopon no Bible na akere say oboye se ne saso. Okay, it is a wugye dia wugye asem no eni wusunsum ne ka bia na akere say the nyankopon ne kasa kere ho. Let no one no memma obiara embe kan cho say obi aso ho da ya na say nyankopon yi prophecy bia mu obi. Right? Then nobody should believe that nonsense.
Chama, me peni oya no.
And I go, you ever do as what? You,
Chama. And the métier e bi wo hu. Me baby sika ko kamu Ghana. Na akokema yan yi tue sika mu obi mu akwa akogye sika na fi. Ne pakro no horum. And I had to say, Obisu wa bomb paye, say Yankupon release scanning for money per chrono. Now, me say, then quite a semini. Say, Yanko Ties can mobi, and I can per chrono, wa bomb paye, and a guy now, or de aquacano, or this kind of brenner. Then I know, say, there is something called prayer which is answered. So, but you which your phone calls are my year was I do. Text messages am send was idea with. There's a chubby guy in the cookies can and also a minute bomb pioneer. A man is a kind to me 10%. On my tithe.
Okay.
This is all rubbish. This is totally rubbish.
Okay. All right then. And I go. You ever do as what? You ever do as pa na wa home so e wo ho. Uncle Body dear, what kind I any dear. Yama Bibi USA Bombardier Omra Owia Nanesika and so beto aso Bibi empom to say good
chair
we there meet me and Sanefa on this issue, and then later and I feel I said that abonkomo why
mami sama se mukano wa mami samubia enti wako fa nyame sama ba ya
please don't go there, please don't go there mpacho me say mama meet me and Sanefa enti nkan tell me say man ko ase meet me and Sanefa, that is what I said.
This will be on it's no he said 3 minutes so next year the submission in Kenya or say to church and no I see what be be question about Psalm 109.
It's Bibi Bombardier. Don't let us stress ourselves. It was an assignment I gave him. And yes, I'm a bad and Bibu Sano. I gave him an assignment. Now, what can I say? And I'm giving you 3.5 minutes. Obia to do a rebut on that. That is all that I'm doing. I haven't given you any assignment. And you know, what can I say? 3.5 minutes to do a rebut on that. And then later we continue. That's all I'm saying. Why? Is it me fa assignment ni ma wa na say
the assignment in the whole and the assignment but they said you from 4 or 5 years no obi etimi na sem say what the assignment in a class students for obi anso
Bombardier
papa mama ko asem so Psalm 109 ubusa say what is the intention of na bibi chire mu kama said intase bit my na first of the never can say Bible no ebia because ebia content no mu no disturbing here disturbing mo wona entiase e say what you say so because am no can say nyakopa asem now share you go botch am asem o kan kwa na would say at the end of the day it comes back to the person yes ade no they be make you say television way it is a good servant a bit my bad master ejina say they will be say say they na be because acid kwa no it me call laboratory it me a reactive base na when you salt ne water obi bit to acid nso egu nipa so it is someone 109 no Also, why na kasa asem no? And under what conditions no kasem no? Someone who na yede empire. So we bet ma Convention Palace. Now I say oh, otunfo nananom where I am say you know mun domina na say you know it's up to nananom say o media to manazo munintum. Now okay Romans chapter can say 15 verse 4 or see everything that was written it was written in the past for our learning. And nutina that fire chief can David okofo be Uriah. Ne yere Bathsheba okofaya no e wo Bible no adinti o see esua ne hu se wa wade a na se wo wade dodo a unkofo obi de beka ho enu ti na Yakobos man Nathan say onko no ko yi David aten enu nti ene no ma bi o ye no for the first 7.5 years of David rule no or a fugitive which is Yakobos no on so bone so it uba 109 and 109 ye kano can say Bible no a purgatory can say psalm and as a precatory psalm ye can be say precatory a say we invoke evil and as a case ewo obi a woni nenya asem na se woni obi bonfire wo bonfire chair an upper authority the question also be say David bought Psalm 109 Bible no Yakobon ogitumanas oye ya na so onye and no na that no me catch you they issue vengeance masem no Romans chapter 12 no say there do not avenge for yourself but give place to wrath for it is written vengeance is mine I repay Yakobon e kasa asem me na return me it asema David bet ma kasa me na we are no but the thing is say God did not answer and I say work according to the David in Bible or bono 18 no me met me say sister ke ye ma no kwan let's say me nka yeah met maka but the question say is going to listen because Yakobon uchibone so that uchibone 18 no Bible mu no there were two apostles of Jesus Christ, disciples of Jesus Christ, John and James, the son of Zebedee. Jesus might swap on and say, Omunko Samaria. Na Omunko says a baby because Oko Jerusalem, Samaria for 9 days, Angelo. And James and John say, hey, yes, say, Oman Judian, my own Quanian to a jar in free as road Mago. And what did Jesus rebuked him or rebuked them? And they formed the sons of Tender and other sons of Boanegas and Ebea John James B. It will be to make a sample, or be able to make one pipe.
All right. Okay. Now, I'll give you an extra minute and ask you this question, and then we can move on to the next car. Now, Mami Musawe, Mama,
Papa, Mama, run up, never follow up question. 18. So, David, Akobon and Paya a part of the Bible, but that doesn't mean say Nyakupo they edge to move. And the Mama exam say, will be casting for a true man, God. And that's Jesus Christ, he rebuked them.
Okay, all right. Now, my Musa question, why? Now, Psalm 109, no, said Musa Bibi, no, Yankopon, inspired David Man, Troyana.
All scriptures inspired by God, but not every scripture is executed by God.
Kabir, what does it say?
All scripture is inspired by God, but not every scripture is executed by God.
All right, then, Bibi. Thank you very much. Nana Zika, it's okay. Why? Nana Zika, Bamazo. Ben wa fidi ne kakra. Why? Ben wa fidi ne kakra. Afidi ye yenko.
Papa, my main papa, I will be working in the Papa,
Koso.
Also, I've been vindicated on this your platform. Don't say I'm not gaining yet, Papa. Bible no kind of but I train you to young na no men ka jodi we beka ho anaso be yi die film enti bibi na no me account and then no me account bibi because no yami asem no we yi die film also the year 2020 to Papa when you are interested in ni penny da ho ni papa yi so ho ade Nipan can Bible and manipulate you. And there is no way you can defend this.
no matter how intelligent you are, no matter who you are, either you are elite or whoever you are, you can never defend it. Because bad is bad, good is good. And you can't tell me, say, 1 + 1 is equal to 20. You can't, because if you try to defend it, excuse my word, it makes you look something else. Maybe I'm going to down and get there too. And see, Papa, Yankopon was so near starting. Baby, obey this way. When you're mere nipa tunifo, when you're kupon nipa tunifo, when you're kupon, was so near starting. The nipa to be tunifo, money, yana. To bring cancer. Obi a turn the Bible, I turn the book, no, that's all Yankopon, so Yankopon say, Yankopon say. Yankopon cash, you need to let Troy. You got the same man and a true Bible. And you Yankopon. And you Yankopon, or Yankopon, said it, or 3 pipe for me in the part of entire of that one. Yankopon, your down, yes, sir. Now, we tell the Bible, and here upon the Satan be a former Nipa 10,000 for share mark or can see any. And Nipa 10 a Satan cool or more Bible. That's what call Bible much. Nipa Moja, which you jump on Yankopon and one almost yesterday, or in the church, Sabuku, and Shamoja or Kelbu. Who are the catchers for a loving God? It doesn't work like that. Ain't you? Ain't Nipa the church Bible. Bible time it has passed. A chum said a bit many Kokubedu Ado Bekan. Bible a chum. You woman, you did more or less the woman. We don't need the Bible to teach us moral lessons. We don't need the Bible. You woman get in the Bible and you must be Bible, and yet it's one the country and say, it makes God look stupid. When the Christians are Bible, and I'm going to if you know who the buyer, it makes him look very stupid. Because the Bible could and stuff like that.
Nanasika say Bombardier, you know, or say all scriptures are inspired by God, but not all are executed by God. And he said, no, my clarity, Kakurana.
And the action piano, I bet they keep business. And the same home now, they got the action.
Okay.
Because what about it?
Matidia Okana.
Because now, on one understand the Bible, the encourage education behind is from God. The enjoy the Bible, the enjoy. Enjoy the first. Papa, a time not so say, what's the sorry? I'm not so say, Sonny may need that one. Dr. Williams, and you know, big now, Cobon Player said, coronavirus shall never come to the shores of Africa and Ghana. I don't know. Huh? And then you move about nose mask, he drops you. What's sending me?
Okay, all right. Nanasika. With you, now I say with you, will be a meeting and Sunday fan and Sunday jump to the main one into with you. Meeting and Sunday fan. NFC. Why? NFC.
Papa, I didn't matter. A better at the Baba betrayed him, or Yankupon, and your point, some of your Bible, money trying to. Children, the woman got a Bible, no? Everybody betrayed you, who be trying for you, kind of pray.
Okay.
Because you're telling Yankupon solid and say, some story. Your kids for something there because anytime you know here, now see that one point there now with now you are stupid. You don't think. Also it's both sides. The 18 young couple there now, or see a table something there. How do you now or young couple there no one the judge for somebody? It doesn't make you wise. It makes you look stupid.
All right then, let's go.
Yeah,
why? When we say no cross examination. You better ask
pa.
Thank you very much. Oba Patricia home na to form intim. Amenko ora abi so na be enkabi before we move on abe bamazo you go to your side on some side of the story hey Asemu. Abi Bamaso.
Yeah, I think it's
Good.
what is your problem today?
My problem. Meaning,
Joseph Baba.
Joseph. Joseph Papa. Yema Bibi assignment bi. Say, Uncle Kenkai, Psalm 109. Na Oma Yehu say, ene no yebetimi ni sa bia no abompaya. Eno na Bibi ede anu ye aba. Eno na memu obi a meet mi ensa ne fa na kakra wo ka fa ho no. Waka fa ho kama. Before we move on to the main issue, perception, which enkoma yedi nyina is all part of our perception in reality no. Waba enkoma edapono so no.
Well, I heard, I think BB or you reading that passage, and the content of the passage is very vengeful. You understand? You people were describing people as hating people. The content of that verse is full of venom. But I'm going to react to what Kay said, or add to what Kay said, as far as the misapplication and the misinterpretation and abuse of the Bible and Christianity, especially in our part of the world. And it boils down to why we are here. What we've been talking about in Ghana, about Ghana and Africa as a whole. If somebody owes me, somebody owes me legitimately, why should I pray? Or should I go and see Osofo to pray for me, to get my money? Why? I find it difficult to, accept that. But personally, it boils down to the fact that law and order is not working in our part of the world. So all these, our adherence to the Bible, using the Bible, applying the Bible to where it is not supposed to be applied, it's all because of this. Do you understand? People are misusing the Bible, abusing the Bible, and abusing the word Christianity for their own selfish gains. And I don't want to say it's subtle. It's wickedness to the extremes. For some time, I used to listen to Otabel after News File. And if you hear the way he's sitting down and preaching, I say, look at this man. Look at him. He stashed our money somewhere in America and he's coming here and preaching us. Preach me.
Oh, what did you say?
I said he's taking our money. He's taking our money, go and hide it somewhere, and he's cleaning his mouth and coming to preach us. Law and order is not working in our part of the world. So we've all resorted to face covering religion or Christianity. Meanwhile, the people who brought it to us, that is not how they practice it. Papa Smiley, here, if somebody owe you money, you take the person to the small claims court, isn't it? And they find who owes who. Have you ever heard here, America, somebody praying for somebody to get his money? Then when you do, they will quote you Bible, they will quote you this, they will quote you this. July son, July thieves. Papa, these people are abusing us. They are abusing people. With that title, angel, prophets and so on. Look at Ongawile. When his son was sick, he was able to find the correct diagnosis. But go to him and see what he will do to you. Do you understand? And Papa Spali, I don't know, but mental slavery is an African or black expression. I don't think it's a right description. Brainwashing. We've been brainwashed. Do you understand? Brainwashed.
Okay.
This mental slavery thing was popularized by Bob Marley or something in that song. But the correct description is brainwashed. We have all been brainwashed.
And then brainwashing and mental slavery, the difference is being a woman.
There is huge difference. It's just an expression, colloquial expression.
And then my difference now.
But Pasquale, when you are brainwashed, your mind has been screwed. Your mind has been, so turned upside down. To believe what under normal circumstance you will not believe.
Okay.
Do you understand? This people have a nice way of expressing it. Undue influence. Do you understand? If your doctor tells you to do something, you will do it. If your teacher tells you to do something, you will do it. Name it. Your parents tell you to do something, you will do it, whether it's true or not.
And then you brainwash. And then you brainwash,
Yes, you've been brainwashed.
And a mental slavery near the end.
I don't think it's an exact description. Of course, when somebody says it, I do know what the person wants to say, but I don't buy that expression.
Okay, all right. Abi, first year, what? Now, the substantive matter, no.
If we don't make our system work, this is how we've all been manipulated by one way or the other. Look, all the so-called big men or leaders in Ghana have all been bought into this. Keno Foreta, Attorney General, they all go to somebody's church. You think they can criticize that person? Or they can sentence that person by our standards? Unlike well-functioning environment, irrespective of society, your level in society, you are all subject to the same thing. Do you understand? Can you go to Ghana and say, hey, these pastors are involved in child sex abuse and so on? But Oyibo will do it. If you go to take the same thing to God, say, hey, an abomination. You don't respect, you don't. But these are the people messing us up.
Abi, thank you very much. Wati, we will come back to you again. Why? It's no homeso wa hasi, homeso pa maye. Na Oba Patricia. Oba Patri.
Ati sayo.
Me hodin. Ene bamaso.
Adwene kese.
Ya kan fantie.
Adwene kese.
Dema na yepen.
Papa Smiley. Yeah. So you why you allow for this to in their language? We must speak in my language. Then the whole world is turning upside down.
Oh, some antiasie. Intina me busa so now say that's all.
Maybe next time deliver it in Hausa.
Say okay we are also chim because the Bible no cry here juma was so kind of when obi an chiri mu aja aka. O da say it's no kind of intima antiasie dey na mfa so be na aba so.
But who told you there are many people on this platform who understand what I say, isn't it?
Yes, you person yet asie nti okay we are chiri mu. That's
all.
Oba Patricia.
No, tell me when.
Also, why na champions over petcha me ama na 19 abutre. Why? Abutre. You, me sure say what enkomo yi kakra, right? Enkomo ni nyina na say.
I'm just joining.
Yema evangelist Benjamin Boache assignment say Psalm 109 onko kenkan na omiyehu se ene ye betimi de aye adwuma ana se betimi de abompa ya okoba ye no se da bi yentimi ontimi ono de ontimi mfa nya de be ontimi mfa mompa ye eno ho na ensemusa here and there aye de be aba ɛwɔ ho na mede kan busa no sɛ obi aka asɛm bi ato hɔ sɛ growth is painful, change is painful, but nothing is as painful as remaining mentally enslaved. And also ɔkeka ho nsɛm no biara ɛna ma yɛde si Psalm 109 no na na abe nso baeɛ a wɔbɛkyerɛ yɛn sɛ ohun sɛ the right statement anaasɛ phrase a wɔsi yɛ use ɛnyɛ mental slavery na mmom brainwash ɛna wɔsi yɛ dɛbɛ yɛ use nti waba yɛn nkɔmmɔdie no ɛhɔ a ɛna akɔpie nti kakra a wɔbɛka no kan na yɛn kɔ yɛn nim.
I'm saying, na me back. I'm saying, is that German? No, because I brainwash na or the sika or this scam will be na if I got it right. And I'm saying, I saw for the bin so budi for bi so cast on a bomb pine say a bemwa. Odi for wa cast on a head a bomb pine. Actually no. Na I best see abedi so say no cre. Yeah, ha no sa na ye gidi. Yeah, really say you made an extreme effort to get something you want to anything. Most often they calculate it to or they measure it to the Bible and I say D4B and I be so it's actually brainwashed and I don't blame them. If you refuse to think, that's basically what you get. Obi will think for you, and I think that's how smart these D4 has currently turned themselves into. Only powers they are only using our mind. They're playing on our mentality. Ain't in an American so they are not mechanics. I say, it's hard to think on our toes. And we take advantage of that situation. We don't actually use the brains.
Okay, all right then. We don't actually use the brains. As a basana, as a brain, no, I washed you.
Ada, there be a brain nada.
Ada, okay. All right then. Oba Patricia, you better was we are now bonus snappy pa. Come.
Yeah. Be able to be am church be so.
Obi ajo so pa. Why?
1 minute.
Mami ko.
Fire me.
Again, now you do more about the bread.
Obey week.
Fire.
Person mama 1 minute. Papa's mama 1 minute. Assembia.
Okay, baby, my name na why a few 2 minutes be I Robert. Why?
Okay.
Fire yanko.
Okay. Indeed, Papa's Mary. On the Bombardie is so clever and intelligent. Or say, Sam na ya kan no. Nyako pompa oba ansa. Opa o ansa. Inti opeso oma ya chala say inti enya hwe kura. Papa Bible da wanim anya long verse. Sorry the obi anim. We use sa verse we. Ewo radio bi na ewo France radio waves. Emra Atamos Eterson me say he will never see his tenure. But here before no more forms them. O man ba why are there ampa be me prophecy. Me ko fa verse no. Second Kings chapter 1 verse 10. Kind next year somehow.
I say chapter 1 verse 10. And Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, if I be man of God, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and die 50.
Fire away.
And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50.
Baba, wait. That's on double.
Send a young pump so chin to me.
Oh, Sunday I'm pointing to me. Oh, indeed, all the two and now where Uncle Elijah Yankino. Oh, I am say, I didn't wait see him. It happened in the Bible, and it is the word of God. Can this be the word of God? Into a some point, I am investing. Now, book, the book of Bible story. The Bibles are full of stories. I tell me I can't about David. Sometimes I say David say, and David na try you. That's one thing. David na try ya on ka idea one ni nakedness.
Oh,
David or no David. But why you will be your retro? David, I need power for natural. Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the world. Who is talking? Who is talking? In the beginning, God created the world. Wouldn't back to us Genesis chapter 1. Apart from all the theologians now canon, will be about 10 of them. Majority canon. Moses. Where were Moses? Yeah, wouldn't that be? Does this make sense to you? Interview at dear Elijah, has God answered or not? If you are the umpa, and you are revenge because I say on Hebra, Sebra, one also obey. Ever also, who are command the fire, I'm able to consume 150 people. Are you crazy? But this man is in heaven, according to the book. Indeed, a time has come. I say, dear dream, I do two maybe or but message, you may be a good. But don't tell me, say, Yakopon. On say, are you kind? What's it? Any dictation? Now, the dictation, how can you say, it's coming from the person? Men cause them can't pour the info. Indeed, Miss Ramon, Mumma, I deal with no, yeah, you have no who said, baby, young cousin, Nasa, you know, and young yeah. Prophet Muhammad, I got to baby, I got far Bible, now to him. What's the engine at the brow? Angel Bay. Who has seen an angel? Papa Madasi.
All right, and Bibi, Finland. Yankwe, now you're rebats near you move on.
Yo, Papa. That's it. The American say, Minka said, you free Bible, yes, but it's happened. Said the other American say, Bible no, when it is said you will be no diane. Diane menea untimindi. A benea unwa fufua, bene banche, no about. But alongside the be out to me banche, but you want to cook upeso you fufu. Tifufu ne benea. Na wouldn't quite so no what did he so entino sometimes no be a fufu away no would me so near memory bunch no what didn't quite go bunches so what fine but you will not get the what you desire the old person can fufu be no unyanisha but enti sana Bible nit here so entino obi owa and I'm say the Bible has become a weapon and I say like acid entino obi baby obetimi dia adwuma de no afa no de ha adwen no di gina ho no di na we koye sei na we sei error bi wo ho something allowed error bi wo ho something that not allowed enti Yesu Kristo na edi na chi no based on asema wo de maame no Yesu Kristo no ye be Kristofo but then no mozo mu ye Jewfo o de ase enti no Kristo na edi na chi ni say bompaye ma wo mo a oyedey o tan na men no me bashira enti no I'm not nye David ena me di na chi enye David ena ebewuje me nkwa Yesu Kristo enti no what he saying on ediso but I understand the anger of people me ti obia bufua ne insult I understand it because Bible say the message of the cross is foolishness to those who who are perishing. So, but to us, Nadia, to us it is the power of God. And tiniye the mimi who say you nyame to me on yami asem. One try more, but onam ni to me so and a day a ma or more a Detroit. And that is how it is. So understand all the frustrations and other things because that is what the Bible is saying. It makes the Bible true.
Okay.
Because it's not easy to get the meaning.
All right then, Bibi. You better do I say your mouth assignment no what di hu dwuma. Na ense random de ma wo ene wabre yemu aye kama. Sam pempensu yi no yakɔ anim said the mama so no and then no we are revisiting the issue of perception. Na say yaka perception ade kese pa ne kese and say to say you can Bible you know Psalm 109 no say Niema said ye ubia ne said you si hu no although anuanom bi wo hono mu a omo de no debe ehia enso ubia ne said ye osi de be osi ehu no obi betimi ehu obi a wɔhyɛ atade bi color bi obi bɛka kyerɛ sɛ color red obi bɛkyerɛ sɛ daabi light red red bi wɔ hɔ koraa wɔbɛkyerɛ daabi tinted red daabi black o wɔsɛ wei yɛ black obi nso si daabi metallic black daabi obiara ne sɛ deɛ osi yɛ deɛ bɛ ehu no na ɛnɛ no yɛ revisit perception no we asking ourselves right from the basics, how are perceptions formed, or how is perception formed? Kwan bɛyɛ so ana saa perception a yɛka ho asɛm yi no it gets formed. Obi wɔ hɔ nom a obɛhu sɛ woyɛ biribi ɔbɛka kyerɛ sɛ adeɛ a woyɛ ɛnyɛ, obi foforɔ nso bɛhu deɛ woyɛ na ɔbɛka kyerɛ sɛ daabi adeɛ a woyɛ yɛ okay paa, yɛ correct paa. Aye. David wɔbɔ ne mpa yɛ Psalm 109 bibi sɛ wɔmfa nyɛ adwuma adentina bibi sɛ wɔntumi mfa nyɛ adwuma deɛma bi a bibi abrabɔ mu wahu ne nti no wɔ so wɔnyɛ deɛ bɛyɛ wɔmfa nyɛ adwuma nti no ɛkwan bɛɛ so ana saa perception no they get formed. Na ɛnyɛ bia si yɛhu kwan a perception a yɛka ho asɛm yi no it gets formed a ɛne ɛne yɛbusi ɛho sɛ ɛnyɛ bia should obi perception, should it trouble you at any particular point in time? Aye. Nti yehu how perception are formed na ya say busa. Enye bia so obi nya na perception. Should it worry you or should it trouble you at any point in time? Na ɛhɔ no na ɛde yɛbɛwura asɛm baako yɛ a na yɛwɔ fata ka asɛm wɔ sɛ wogly noise nti yɛbɛbusa wo sɛ obi perception ɛne wo deɛ ne mfa a obi adwenkyerɛ ɛne wo deɛ ne mfa a ɛnyɛ biara yɛbɛtumi agyina so na yɛaka sɛ ɛyɛ wogly noise anaa fire mama meet enum ɛ na wahyɛ aseɛ yɛwie a yɛbɛkɔ bombardier so yɛaba Mr. Beduado so and then yaba abi enso so nti fire so otime ka omyutu ho na ye monkomo
papa medase papa na mefa akwanya so na mechia abi emse nchia no o na menchia no mechia abi na mechia abi no ese mema medofo part e de trabi de nti part bi kia ne bio papa papa perception e ade a yaka ho asem e wa fitidi so emse akwa ne bebre but em say no kwan mu ano no ebedru emrebi no na baby a uwu gina nti uhu niema no different obi nso on say time ya the perception by the we na chire mu 6 nti o or not fa obehu no 9 akọ no staff no 6 man no but ono one of nti was say 9 untumi nka say wabon na akoye ogre noise asem what you say iti what is that I go we dey go university no that's wabon I also one off iti na ohu no sa no iti how we gather things and the ability that or the skill we use in processing it to make an informed decision or statement, you know. Nina perception edimu akotene papa nti sometimes you know other say we are politics obi wo ha sabi oya nwani nti NDC enodom ena wabehu se no NDC for nyema bia omoye no ezi ankoye so or max podcast statement or if is analyzing podcast statement that you can see because and how no jina even though person twe no ho no nti obeti wo de kese nti I think sir it's in right order say if we will know say all men who cannot be at the same cardinal points in their thinking, and so therefore say obi ejina bi asaf na onzu jina no fa try and until I'm the questions no try and ask questions say how do you what can mimi who says didn't now say 9 I'm back on actually. Yes, sir. Oh, and then yes, you are the case through the person out of a international evangelist. Oh, since you as a dear, I want to dream. See, Uncle me, sir, Uncle will be accusing him or tag him. Would be sir, Ubenya, Iano. One Tiasia, Fada, it. Oh, it about me the basic because minimum super would pray also. Almost normal time, normal some touching. Yeah, Coco Guno, Naja, Yabon Tofa. Now, me fee say, even one. Oh, Baba come the balandio.
Let me busa a question. Kitu na de
alande. Me fee say even our political, your political parties no more, me no more Ghana. And betty even perception as here. Anka parliament here, you're lucky. It won't be even a problem. But we know, lock now says CISI. It's going to be a determinant of our society or the citizenry because perception into this, or they will not feature it. Oh, now quiet twinkling, now there be a tokanto pasa. Oh, indeed, maybe the basic. That's great.
Indeed, and should one's perception trouble you in any way?
Sometimes not trouble person, but to some extent. But a moment, many opportunity. Well, now when you encounter another piece of question, then you now have to readjust to the person or and also say I'm some BB I say, obu asem aka no. When na nya adwen. No matter how I will explain, when na nya adwen, and you know a different thing. But I am not troubled, so much trouble when obi perception enemy there no not at all. Papa say who dey own him. I enjoy when you are different from me. I enjoy when your thinking is different from me. I answer Papa, I don't see say we can have more conversation. Oh, it is sometimes me hear Tima obi am nene no ope am so akofa the other team so that you benya kwaya twi because yenya akofa Liverpool better than yatwi what has here that is me style but some people don't have that heart oh it is now for more to any of no tantrum no more to mo bua ne yi mo bua fu da bi it I know so ya dia so tu sua it helps you to respect others. Busy so to be developed there, it's okay to go on to the opposite. As a matter of fact, no more be a boom from you, and you're blasphemy. As I see one who is popular, and you're bonsa. Papa Smile, be so awesome.
Oh, dear, because
the truth of the matter, and say. Now say and most of us have been enlightened. Say, "Sana can't put talk for more, and you put on a talk for." But when you have been brought up, anything bad, and you want some, I'm a kid to put up on some soup. I'm say, "Ade, was it be beer? I've been by a normal direction. Now forgive me, I be a man. It's up on zap."
All right, thank you very much. Nah, I say, I had no idea. Elko, Bombardier. Eso Bombardier eka se wi a Mako Mr. Kwaku Beduado eso Bombardier yenkoi
Baba
wo de na yeti why
me catch me da se perception there fire car no ya want some that so ja ko blacksmith one or the have money bo one side na je say ho ni perception against a part of our way of life. It deals with our environment, any sensory ness, any how we receive information. It say once I deal with your sensory organs and I say and even hear smell this animal, no, bit many perception no making home. But since say your perception say Ghana jollof the best out of all the jollof. perception. The perception, no, is Jesus, who discernment, any cognizant views, no maybe home. It will, and sana work, no, say, okay, you say, and you know, she said, perception for me. The kind of form from your environment, there can be a kind of environment that you need surroundings. Intuition, when you not share, when you here, or body is feeling, nothing there was okay. My main stress, I deal with, we are not what will pay attention to study and say, I say, Nima, you see the day or so that's the city. Okwa babo number 1 number 2 yes we are radical na say because you better about say easy crime police for come some zones be say hot zones in terms of election and now just I baby in try to so you can't was name for ne you say be we radicals and na bibisa not the who pay attention then you say at the end repetitive na the same identity and then you be say be we talk about nima choko ododio any side no just a perception, I say a reality. After now, we connect to a sanity. They be a police a letter sentence once and say, "Oh, me a radical." You about 96, 2000, and about a year now. After then, we say repeat of those 8. As there be changes in that radicalization, you that to name and name about number 1, number 2, and you come from the chamsuna. It won't say there's no change there. No one should say, "Oh, okay." What is their intention? I didn't come here the day, to then sir message now was forming it goes to your brain and up no brain no organize it. At the end no honest brain no go back to me. I can't not say idea okay no. So what will be the say another trend in the sanity. It is solution in the area and son after the while after now brain okay sanity and pa since my jet to say ampa ni ma for no. Say this is so say no so bad here. Ukwa babu number 1 say no musubati papa yenye ni power for ne ikaye for me boa the omo ba account kuma no what's the perspective say omo say omo yehia for it because identity no nipa eso obi ade na osenka donkeys and say a human any cause nipa na so cement and say a more back base 5 you be tell say. So we perceive say people from the from the regions of the north, say Savannah, you here for Antinomoja, Bigamono, a bit pa ewo. Nancy Bianca, who are also to Kumasina Cano. Sankaonso ko a sema ubun only that was minister business engineer as an spotted was and I say Gam for an answer will be or the southern part on its way, It is said yes, a down with Sadaka. Nanka coming inside and coming able to quiet and think more. Almost slim ban say come to me no die ban obu to ko aja obudia obia tetene dem a on so ye na djuma chance na ka say bi o ma mti south mo so almost be the power pa and the kai of that section no enti but enkofo mu say from 19 kojoho some before year na you say ye djuma the same tribe and the same ethnic composition and yes djuma I don't know ye hu be enti no be say na obia any sanity was my form side perception going to the environment, going to organization, going to have no body obeying to be sanity. We say yes and what form of perception say any part say don't fix them no or many at the paper be I say kaya you new ones maybe omunko kon so be MPs nay but what's your trend in repetitions is not here sans na that fire chief eka about 20 you say oh tribe we be and you no onya num for crown or your kotokoni and obo has always Olympics and you yen there sa ne betie obi kwa yase bia santini or koto aba my pipini you na busem kwa obi okobo better that ka me o me pipini say na busa for kwa enyen na mo ye me hu say we asantini wa kwa yen pipini a eno kwa no if you form sa perception based on the selective of the environment any repetition say oh sir that's the kind of trend that I want no etianya wanwa say the be your ba yes so to south end this point be 90,000 obeko bantuma MPP near be 70 so I mean 80 be whatever strong it's sana perception no a form from your environment and I determine as sana or mind I organize it now. I interpret it. Say the same etie.
Okay. All right then. Quick one. Making kind the definition of perception. As per Oxford Dictionary, or say the way in which something is regarded, understood, or interpreted. Right. And just a quick one. What fuels our interpretation of the Bible?
What
fuels our interpretation of the Bible?
What fuels the interpretation
of the Bible?
It's say Bible ma. So it's a field of study, so you share science, you share maths, you share English, Open why you root this English. Say English, you share the tenses. And what call grammar, mano. Any about parts of speech, yes, and now adjective, sana Bible is with you. And nothing at the beer, you call Bible studies, At the beer, Oka Bible is sana spy, senator, but also share. I can't say who. I can't say to whom was it written to. Is every part of the Bible for you, or is there for your learning? And I say a hanum and a hanum yodia, but a Bible not as a whole, a universal set. And he told me so. Yet, no was the root word. It will show you Christ. The beer no Nazareth. Nazareth, Onomuka Ataka, if it be Aramaic. Or call Joseph, Onomuka, typical, the main language of Hebrew. And to say, I think so, Eloi, and Eli Namasabata, Joseph on Antias also offer Elijah. So that's it. Because even so many Jews for no, Omukasa, and he said, Aramaic for Nitino. Ocean Bible sanity to the beer who call Bible studies who know what Chelsea Greek word, This is what it means. One word to say fornication. Fornication is a friend of Brofono. All the bad Greek Casemwa and the friend of pornography and the pony. Any other word pornography, to say a caponia, to say all sexual deviance. Anything that is deviant from say Bemane or Yere and a habit, any friend. It's anything beside that in the fornication. Adultery is part of fornication. If you adultery or say, say them a warrior, walk of our bound warrior, and then I be then or bound warrior, walk of fire, But me and fornication. It is at a more Greek casano, so can't pony or just say, what commit any of the other forms of sexual deviance. Another word, it is a baptizo. Greek name baptism or no to say immersion say would it be numa no part of that item no issue. But so the Bible from you need exact word for but you can say baptism no why you be a friend of transliteration. One is our word into so no word show and you bring your baptism. And this about the Greek name kasa or come baptism. On can say you should go be so and I say or no one say idea to say immersion and say as a shipper a capsize or a poma a catana. And that's some of the things that was so and it's not a bomb they say war as a formuno ye Bible study said ye will probably be an BB it means a your bomb they say be piper and 7 years who say or walk Bible to try be on here because one say sanity but it should be the context any the root work and so and also bit my day what it the Bible na say see Ghana constitution ya daho kofa judge lawyers best 20 omuna ko law school mi boa nanso ene chikata court no the same law na say hey ya de yetwem ye enjo way nintum omunya say the constitution na ye quote you but Ubeko Constitution is not, there's actually the letter and spirit of the Constitution. The intention of Oma Mucho Constitution, so say it will be in terms of judgment, you will be a friend textualist. Any Oma reformist, say textualist, Oba America say, you see, you will born here, Yanku, 100 years, and you want to say, maybe 200 years. Because judgment of this one also there be said here. Or no, just sana the premise of constitution, no, sana so or umpe some year no say, would the body say 100 years? Obisu there be a saa na omo dwene nenso no enye me saa na me de ba obekọ mu na de no be obi a ruling obi a de ndie beba na abedi de ebekọ na akọ eti bible na ewo ho no yinsua ne trasa so yinsua ne trasa eti ne so we bi so a no check into obeka ya Acts chapter 8 no na Ethiopia Enoch no waba Jerusalem wabenso read the book of Isaiah but Isaiah 51 or 52 na no or cannot ase and the slave of God has a Philip let go be na ye into oto na Philip say asema cannot ase de o se me ntse this obi cheche me na we dey offer no kwata na caravan na o cheche so oh say ka say na yi ne bakọ na ho tan wakoso odwan a ye de ni ase de ye yi ni ho tuni se no dabo just say ye kokunu slot na ye yi no obekan no oh ene ne bakọ ye kan wasem na Yesu Kristo oh sa na je sampa answer about Yesu Kristo kwa Yesu Kristo baba sa me ye din ka no be 500 or 700 years na we ne be na what is asama into no be bo obekan by mo obetin oh sa by do on so a dey say you break it down emo say oh say ye ka firstborn one firstborn in what context God say Israel is my firstborn Yes, Christ is a firstborn. Under what context me kasa asem no? Enti so one for context anye wadwuma. They be no be say oh say neko. Enti Bible no perception na any the what was in the Bible no knowing the context and knowing say whether it was written for you and it was written for a certain people under that circumstance. They also trying to say you find some of the root words or some of the yachono and yes and one own say and in a bomb say you bet me Bible more kasapudo yinemu is a account Bible the Gan Bible your full Bible who can one customers say any day no more patch and no maybe no more patch it will say a bit more clear I will not be but at the end of the day no the true meaning no so one yes na nyakupo na no or kwanya or paso my day onipa etimiti no maybe say and one of the way Bible studies and now say one kasa obeka say obese obepon say obesua na usua so a ebia na entino sa na tie entino say nipa no ebi ntino maybe say no and na say no nipa say obi kopa na draw so mba na yi obehwe Bible no na enti sa na tie that's it.
All right, thank you very much yanko ora kwaku beduado as well na hono son kebi owia yako abi enso so and gogu all right kwaku enyanya ready mame ko eye ora abi so ora abi enso enkabi ansana yako
na papa
and gogu o sho okay all right
me sha papa
okay any yako also kabi what also kabi
perception
how is it formed
perception how do we perceive things
sanity
bibia very very delicate because out of perception you to me categorize it you may be any say nke ebanisa you can say you can be say sanko for way try bibi wo Ghana you say omuma no omo ya shawo pa woka
we say when in name himself ko budi na de na sa ko de ko boy ya
any aka we anya tiki
perception yeah when
we learn about perception
when we say
so why do you want to hide
bibi sa no and inimwa ena yetimi obi tumi perceive so say this someone cannot be corrupt and can never be corrupted. And
it's incorruptible.
It's incorruptible. Nininaye bibia yadwen ede akoye trim anase bia na esi ba ku mienu miensa na enkofo bi ede label a tribe or a race or an individual or something. Enti me feel say ye nyini ana ye church mu kono nneoma bi wo ho mo say ye bie ya adwemu fa ansa na yetumi esinipi abrofo kura wo bibia e friend say probability probability ne perception ya bimben kakra because e bibi o ya ma ababe ye part of them ye wo asie ha no ye nuan ma mo soro ho no ba pe edwuma ne ye de ma on ye den ye mo labor edwuma no mo ye nso na bia ye mo kra nim nyansa si ye mo a ombeton wa asie ho no na we ma minka asɛmsiri bi na me nana na o koko farm kɛseɛ paa nti no fa nordness ni bi na mbɛboa no ma ɔmodɔ na yɛnso na meka me nana mba ho a boys ne yɛ 6 ɛne yɛnyini a yɛbom nti ɔmo si fufuo a na ɛkyɛ sɛ fufuo no dɔɔso paa nti debe bia na nordness no we sia fe dako ɔhwɛ adeɛ ɔsɛ wanwa wonde ɔsɛ wanwa wonde wa ya perceive sɛ ɔyɛ yakoa nti sɛ ɔyɛ dɛn osi fufuo no ma yɛn yɛdi but which shouldn't be the case ɛsɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛboa na yɛsi aduane na yɛkyekyɛ no obiara nya ne deɛ but because we have perceived say ɔno no edwuma ɛsɛ ɔyɛ nie nti no yɛn nyinaa bɛkɔ akɔhyɛ beebi ne yɛbɔ bɔɔl yɛbɛba no na papa yɛsi aduane ne yɛbɛbɛdi efe papa ne hu ya dako gyina hɔ no ɔsɛ anti wanwa wonde
ansɛ and Koku adeɛ baako a yɛpɛsi ehu no ɛyɛ what fuels that perception saa perception a wɔka ho asɛm sisi a no what fuel that perception ɛdeɛ na leading yɛn ma yɛhu adeɛ nsɛ deɛ wɔka no yɛhu no saa because what the definition of perception a ɛyɛ how we understand things, how we interpret things. Nti no ɛdeɛ na ba yɛn ti a ɛma enuanom bi perceive yɛnuanom free north say wɔn na etimi yɛ adwuma de labor adwuma saa sɛ deɛ wɔka no
metumi aka sɛ ɛyɛ terrain na ɔmo abem no and also wobɛtumi equate it to slavery. So wohwɛ slave trade it all started because the indigenous people in America they couldn't survive the hot weather, and the white people who went there also died because they couldn't survive. Madina no mo ye no mo di bibi before call ho omo be fa bibi ni ba call na mienu bi di call ho mo no eno mo say before ye adwuma. So they have perceived say yani we can survive in that environment, and therefore they needed more. Wow, it's perception bibi or perception and say bibi are very, very dangerous. And I make us say we need to break out of this concept of perceiving something. See, break it out of it. Na yan say adie ne kwansunia we will still dwell in the old ways of doing things. Akwakwa say Bible ya yɛkeka ho asɛm sisi a yɛn nyinaa nim sɛ nneɛma bi wɔ Bible no mu a ɛnyɛ nyame n'asɛm na wɔ mu. But then ɔmo yɛ so much educated, people who are learned are still insisting say a word of God because they have perceived and they cannot get rid of a situation no ɔmo wɔ mu no. And if they don't remove spectacles from their faces, they will never understand their own environment. Well, ya perceive say Nyankopon ye Jacob nyame, or ye Isaac nyame, or ye Abraham nyame. Now Africa nyame no why. But then we think say Abraham nyame no or ye den inti yen ya to yen nyame na wo Ghana no an African ya to atwene. Any ekwekodi obi nyame so echire. Would that God listen to us?
Okay. All right then. And then Gogu, yebedo ase. Pati, yebedo ase. Na yema abi emre. Yema abi. Mr. Dr. Jingo Fred. Doc, Fred according for the and kwa menye group. Why? Orabi, Yankwe, why? Yanko.
Yeah, Papa Smiley.
Make you go now.
Yeah, so to take it where Kay left it, we get perception through various means, by tradition, by custom, by practice. Even it is even handed down to us. You understand? So we don't question some of these practices, these customs, these traditions, and so on. It's like Oyibo man saying, or I sent you some videos sometime, and one guy was saying blacks are supposed to be under whites. That is a perception is acquired. Either it was handed down by him, by experience, and so on. Papa Smiley, there was a time, I once recommended a book to you about mental models. Perception is a mental model. The way you see the world. A mental model is the way you see the world. And the purpose of education is mainly to expand this mental model you have. Some will call it frame of reference. If you are able to expand your frame of reference, you look at things differently, not narrowly. Your perception becomes broadened. So that even the reason why when you travel, your frame of reference broadens is because you've seen different things. You've come across different ways of doing things, seeing things, or saying things. You've come across so many things. So your perception is broader. As the dictionary said, perception is the way you do things. So you get a very broad or broader frame of reference. It is only when you refuse to expand your perception, you refuse to expand your frame of reference, that you don't develop. That is why somebody will say, but this guy too has lived in the Brucheria for so long. I can't believe it. Or this person has been this, he claimed to have been to university, but because you see the person has not expanded his frame of reference. The mental model on the person has not expanded. Do you understand? But you can use your perception, in the wrong way, like the way our so-called Osofo are doing. They have sometimes we cannot see any expansion in their frame of reference or their mental models or their perception, because they are still within the narrow perception or the narrow frame of reference. But those people who have expanded theirs can hold maybe conversations, can accept arguments on religion, both positive and negative, nicely, without taking any offense. That is why some societies are more expansive, more progressive than others. In our part of the world, because of the wrong perception we have, you cannot criticize Osofo. You cannot ask Osofo any question, because we are still holding on to that wrong perception. He's an Osofo. You can't challenge him. You can't, no. And they also buy into it, because they also have a very narrow perception. I don't know whether it's narrow or wrong or something. Do you understand? So to me, I feel the purpose of education is to expand your perception.
Okay.
Increase your frame of reference. That is why when you go home and people are doing certain things and they feel, this thing is difficult, this thing, the problem we have, we cannot solve. Sometimes you look at it and you laugh, because you cannot understand why this thing cannot be solved. Or, I mean, what people see it as so complex. You think this shouldn't be complex. Because you have a broader perception. You have a broader frame of reference. You've seen it done somewhere before. You've heard it done somewhere. You heard it said somewhere before. So your perception is broader. Do you understand? So I feel we the purpose of us interacting. I mean, if I say education, I'm not saying the classroom one alone. The classroom one, the classroom education is very narrow. Do you understand? And the classroom education assumes that there is a solution to everything. But a real world education is where we have to learn very fast. And you know, these societies, some of their approaches to life is very interesting. They even have to steal somebody's idea or anything if to them is good. Otherwise, why do they have industrial espionage? They don't want to go the long way. They even want to steal to get the thing. Spies and so on. The spies are not only doing bad things, they are doing good things. You understand? Because nuclear energy, nuclear bomb, so was not originated by the Americans. Somebody, German. Anyway.
Okay.
So, Papa Smiley, the essence of perception, unfortunately, we use it in a very negative sense. And we even find it very difficult to expand it. If you listen to our political arguments, somebody has a fixed perception. If it is NDC, is bad. If it is MPP, is bad. The person is not even willing to even expand a little.
And then you find a fixed perception. I mean, what?
Well, I've not delved into those differences, but there are.
Okay.
Do you understand? And when you hold that point of view, you cannot be progressive. So all this mindset we say we want to change is because we want to expand the perception of our people. That sometimes the way we see it may not be the best solution or maybe the best approach. Can we please look at it this way? That is a difficulty confronting us. To move the post of people's perception back home a bit.
Okay.
Do you understand? Even when you see racists have a very fixed perception. They don't want to change. Black people are these, black people are aggressive, but it's fixed. They don't want to change. But those who are progressive, even though they've got it, they'll say, let me give this person the benefit of the doubt.
Abe, and say, as we carry on, we will possibly be delving into what one stands to miss if they hold on to that fixed perception, one way of interpreting and understanding certain things. Now,
yeah, but Papa Smiley, when you hold on to a fixed perception, you don't grow.
Mate honasena kaime asembia papa bi okofa girl bi so na girl no ananta so ni mananta ya kasa obi ananta oni mananta so ni mananta de
we call it alanta.
Okay, all right.
Oyoba a god style. Oyoba nanta a good style. Obium dada.
Ananta dabi ananta yele no obium dada. Ananta de so wa kan kwa no dada. Obi de obium dada.
Papa Smiley, you
leave fire and go.
Na
Oh, Abby, stop that. This guy doesn't have that experience. Ananta there now.
Yeah.
Is it not the one they say bow leg?
Them bow
leg. I go style.
Dabi. An entire the aquano, I say, I excellent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
And here XDN, friend and entire Sibia.
Okay, you Baba Smiley, you forget about all these niceties and go.
Na okofa girl so ana ne namfofoɔ ɔmo nim sɛ oh aso so the guy no watching ho kakra sɛ ɔyɛ tough fine ana ne namfofoɔ ka sɛ na yɛdɛ na wo big man saa wo kɔfa ɔba nanta so ata sɛ na asɛm a bɛma ne kan yɛ baako pɛ ɔse sɛ wonim sɛdeɛ ananta na adeɛ na ɛda enka wako bubu ire nem what you say eti said ya no first perception no oh said ya wo kana ma won't try something new so let me try no ma won't try something new you know as we carry on we will possibly be delving into what we stand to lose all the things that just pass us by if we hold on to just one way of seeing and understanding things. Why?
Yeah, but Smiley, face perception and so on, all of these things affects creativity. Do you understand? It affects creativity. You are inflexible in the way you see life, the way you go about things. Do you understand? And as Bombardier was saying earlier, there are so many factors, cultural factors, as I said earlier, tradition and so on. Do you understand? But when I'm not saying there should still be free, laissez-faire approach to life. When you do that, then you try to breach my beloved concept of control. Of course, there should be some element of freedom, but at the same time, there should be aspects of control or standards involved. Do you understand? But where you hold on to your ground, these people, as for these tribes, as for these people, no, come on, there are exceptions. Do you understand? That is why having a fixed perception, I'm where I am, sometimes it doesn't work.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't work. And the problem we have, especially our leadership, this is the mentality they are operating. You must obey your leader. You must. I don't know whether I told you, whether it was you or somebody I told. I went to Ghana on one occasion. And I went to City House to visit one of my guys there. Then when we were about to join the lift, my guy was retreating. I said, why? He said, my boss. So I joined. The guy retreated, waited for the next lift. Me, I joined the lift. And when the guy said that, when I was in the lift, I was furious. You understand? I trapped the man.
You trap him?
Yes. To see whether he was going to make any noise. I would have finished him. Tell him that, hey, my friend, you are not a boss over everybody. Do you understand? Because the guy has created a perception that when he's in the lifts, nobody should join.
When they create that perception, no?
Exactly. Okay. So people don't join. Okay. Do you understand? But some of us, we don't buy this nonsense. So. Okay. If the man has said something, it would have been very interesting.
Avi, you better ask that. You better ask. What's my trouble? You. Bibi, yanko. On a drew so yanko.
A friend is a perception as some you can maintain this say obi echo osuade or a doctor or graduate as a doctor. Na the knowledge no the adwuma no a perception. No, I don't think so. The person might acquire a wrong information and or the adwuma. Na be a doctor you know etusini. And I say bia washeda wapayo and all the is a so obo panie a no mo aduro and also ho enye perception. But full perception is a critique. Oh, I say uma obi anyi hu bibi. Emfa ne say wono yire wo unya ko na de apie. Ebia yemfa nze bia obefre na nkra ye dede wo hanti bia mepe good reception and team apia. Me tire I'm creating a certain perception in the mind of my wife. Ebe too. Ebi obohu ni say no, odi pie ni de. Na che say oba bi na afre no. Obi nso no enso ebedwen say ebia different thing. So it depends on no say bia your boys tie ni mu na efie ni mu di agro na oba bi abesra me. No ma tupunu no ma lock no. Ebi mu be create, I'm creating something into their mind. Ti di omuhu no ene ni omote. Oh, it always the assume this is what is going to happen. Naturally say, oh yebi, that is perception. And you know, say obi always the deep perception achi. Or on say perception no onya the right information, evidence. But the esina and as the wahu no. The fact say onu oba shed them out, young guy what to put him dear. It could be right, it could be wrong. Two things. A bit my no cre, a bit my enye no cre.
Bibi, what?
Now they who castle be uncle. Hey, eh?
No. What is describing is what we call confirmation bias.
Oh, okay. Yati. Why?
You understand?
I'm a term, Yati. Confirmation bias.
You take somebody to a room, or you knock a young boy tells somebody they expect him to be doing this. That's confirmation bias.
Okay.
But hold on. Education broadens your perception, your frame of reference. You understand? Having a PhD is not the thing. Is to expand your perception about things.
Okay. All right. That's it. Abby, answer. And that me can say when the she. Aketisia na obo kwaku pehwe no. So saa nwom no. Also why a virgin. Afi amanfo person chechire mu say virgin kura na oye no enye primary de ni bi secondary. Na je say o ma perceive say when the she ontimi nye virgin, right? Enu bi na wo kan ya na.
Yeah, it's because
there be you enu de enye perception no.
Na no de.
What perceive there? I don't know what perceive.
Was a virgin? Who so on your virgin? Didn't now also on your virgin.
And your bay opinion. Why? Sana o.
I didn't know our opinion. But what made you get that opinion? On what grounds? Since now your
age, no. Any be a baby or drew any a juma or ya.
A juma ben or
oh. Sebia, Numa or 2 or 6 standing the way of dressing the house, get ready and yet dear obedia too. So, yes, that is what you have created about the person. That is how you see the person.
Yeah, so that's a perception.
Why?
Perception is so informed by opinion, tradition, practice, customs.
All right, from what I'm saying, Yenvan is there, as Shem Raje, so Opesa will sign 100 million contract in the president government, Fabra Parliament. Now I can sign 100 million contract. Now I'm Fanco Parliament. Definitely, and comforters are quite best where we are there. So that is the perception you have created. Now, it be a bit more genuinely and a mood of fine. But a bit me to say. Upezo di be hide it. So the perception now will create in a do thing say no cre and I say no cre. And say obi always act on perception. Say ebia a negative or say bia no me can say me oba bia kura de no matum. Ani oni nada no akobo ne yira mane o asuma si oba e oni obi akoda no ogu aware. Ebia na nya no cre. You have acted on wrong perception to destroy a lot of things. Odiam one farmer parliament in oye we say achina to maybe we don't any quite say chinchina or acting on perception.
Bibi,
You go
Bibi, you
before
see this example you've given that they say take it to parliament for approval, and you don't take it, and because of that it's a perception. This is what our politicians use to base us up. Look, to take it to parliament is one of the steps in the procedures. So when you violate that, it is not perception anymore. It is a criminal act.
Okay, all right.
I agree with you. You're right.
You understand?
I agree with you.
This is what the politicians say. It's our perception. It's our this. This is the procedure you've all laid down in that parliament. So why should somebody jump in?
And I just say, Abe, said you can you know when you breaking procedure na. Oh. And the other say oko bokro no one mokro no a criminal offense.
Well, maybe criminal is the inappropriate word, but you broken an accepted standard of practice.
Okay,
it's illegal.
Okay, all right then. Thank you, Abe.
You breach your own standards of operation.
Okay.
Then the politician will say, "Oh, it's a perception. It's nonsense."
Also, dimla so. Okay,
exactly.
Yate. Maybe NFSC. Why NFSC?
Ansana medisi. Ansana bia. You take a decision now about this no. We say you go extra mark and you bet me I punish the person based on negligence. Say one fan kono wabuso. And son a beggars were we another a criminal whatever you know. We see a review say I didn't know no. We are now we so they say said will be who I say will be or her was it me who say enkofo bebre di perception echiama enkofo ebia real monko me hu so apagya akra no ntini sei adibito won ko hu say actual thing happen na first one makoshe dem ntino na che say akwa ebibi etimi aside bebre enti perception there yes etimi I right betimi I wrong but so person take a decision go extra mark.
I see you baby. Atifana so the wo dey example enya bia ebia to pen say wo dey get bia kwhye dem ma obi say
no more bompa here bibi no more bompa
here actually enya say ye kwhye dem but there was one girl bia no tab extra me
okay
very nice girl
beautiful
say backers ejawum kofo hu ana hu ana o mani bro John enti no tabesrawe na one man be no from America ba enti oba girl no ba bia me koja no kwan ti me koja no kwan no oni ye freru anati o so fu pa or mano if you as a fine was anya boy yo kai David yenya no kre was was wait because now if you run the only bu okro ba nyina di nkomo ne ade ntino if you run knew me but a guy no ne shop wo if you nanim so he don't know me so much. So, but the fact say Oba bestra me and we could just require it. As you say, maybe no. And so that girl that me no. Just a friend.
I see. So
for a long time, creating that perception when the trip said the fact that when they go and they acquire the me and Mary. And so
so you know hit him, yeah. You know hit him, yeah. You know.
No.
Okay.
The other family unyame.
So okay. All right. Also the ne what Bibi, you better was.
Baba, azemo kan o say.
O say ma de ne fan la yenya no onya something.
Wo le ti ade se wa ware. You betuma aka say unyan. Na asebo a na me kan.
Me ware sa enu asata na me ware.
As that you haven't made the try into what kind of sound now when I was incorruptible.
Unyame. Obi ani di opon so obi o ha. Obi o how the phone to obi wi asia. Obi o nzo a chese obi ani ne weak points.
Enti wo de ne de weak point ne ne de. Wo de ne de.
The make ganji. Make ganji.
Yo, yati, Bibi, you better was it. What's it? You better was it. You could see Dr. Jingo as so ever. You could see Dr. Jingo. Dr. Jingo, Bamaso.
I can guess it.
I'm coming. Why? I'm
perception as okay, and no bias on okay. Papa, you say Saturday morning package. Oba no ko dem a no ka channel no say see am do be say dem to be an say my dem no wada nchi no my dem no am no wada people so how dey say because who's who get perception no say obi abontra obi a fi say won dem won nada be mo ana hello
doctor what dey dey etie let me say question what dey dey etie to aso
engineer no waka to about no say only any on chuma plan ko ye je un ma na nyede because by the time mo pie no be obi an say we dey one night dey perception I can perception I can we have three means of perception so what you say perception there how we see things about you know we see things by what rational way. One way rationalism. Another way is to see rational, that is based on reasoning. So what you say. And then another way is also by empirical way. And all on the senses, touch, you feel, taste, smell, this animal. And then we have another way, which is what? Faith, which is by what? Authority. So what you say. This animal way, and now, if you find no perception. So, and you know, say a perception, and that is how it is. It's either by rational, by reasoning, by senses, or by authority. You trust your reasoning. You trust your senses. You trust authority. So to say, and only give you your means of what perception. See, I know. Name an example. We say, fire. Hello.
Doctor, how do you need it?
Oh, okay. You are. But so, fire. What go India da?
Ayma.
India.
Dabio.
But so you say India or there? The people of India. Well, thank you. And you know you trust the map. Atlas say there's India now. There's a group called India. So and also be able to be a mom with India, you know. India no a grow so that is how perception
no you trust the authority no say mama musa question bu aho dog
atlas no
one ka atlas ho asemi say obi ahu India e wo so yi so say nipa kro na wode gu so say map no so ma hu say India e wo honom no say bia no wako India ho akohu say India honom no de ato map no so amu hu ni say India
because trust no until me can say either say what atlas right and a satellite satellite can point to India for you and I said obi a call India da and you have all these three people they can tell say there is a town, another country called India. And I said Ghana, Ghana, yes, because you see, UK, who shall say it could be is there a country called Ghana? Becca said yes, me boy.
Okay.
Because you say why they went you up. And you know the person trusts your what authority, you know. So I say, because you are telling the person, and your what senses, perception by senses. So I say, taste, smell, and this animal. For example, say, I say, you say plate, a specific plate, BC, AC, Jaso, right? Papa Small. Now, when you say, I don't know, we don't have anybody, but we don't know the way you see ISF. So that's it. But we go so muno. So, but we go so muno. Opeja na free. So for no, right? I don't know. I show no. But we need to know board in right? You know the perception, sir. Your perceptions are the way board in you can hold on to the thing. So that's it. Even though I show no. So that's it. Oh, you can hold on to the thing and now they didn't see. Maybe say the bear ammo.
Doctor,
so
what do you mean that?
Yeah, me too.
Indeed, for example, my manager home say source authority near you know. Indeed, why not Akko heaven? Abba, indeed, SCGD say heaven or unim
historical what?
That is historical.
Jesus Christ. So by we have the historical information is there, right? History not there. So by on the Baba so I if we have in the Bible. So that's it.
Then there's a problem because on we have in the me person on my nipa on the me call Ghana and me call India. I have physical. Me person on Jesus Christ so you say okosoro. Inti me person who say obi efi soro aba abedi adanse te sane a wo kan say me call heaven te sane a wo korea mu no korea I Muhammad say you didn't call heaven in a second.
Paul also can be so called third heaven. You know. Yeah.
Why
do you know that? Fire. It's a perception I can. All perception. So I say, if you believe, if you trust the authority now, you don't have any problem with what the authority is saying. So I say, if you trust your senses,
what the senses we need to question even the authority or the source. It is a false state.
You don't believe the authority.
That's trust. When you trust something, it means you believe in it.
Now, James, Joseph, you can say, so, your constitution, your standard said, so, all the called parliament, you have to what? It has to be approved by parliament, and also that is the authority now. Yeah, they are two of them. So that's it. The ways and means they are two of them for be a loan to be approved. So that's it. And if you believe the authority now, you will take the authority now. Someone why this so? How they say? Until I make sure and say yes. The perception, that's how it operates. So that's it. It operates on what? The trust now you have for your senses, the trust for your reasoning, and then the trust the authority, the authority that's by faith. So what they say because because when you talk about knowledge, right? Science, right? We have to what? Observe. So what they say, we have to observe it. Observe it, say India. For me, as a what? As a country, and not as a nation. But we believe authority means there is India.
Doctor, let me tell one simple funny question. Usano usapano udwinso abra na omunso watwa dwinso udwinso da na you say sorry udina kraba ho ana udina bonten udwinso bibi da atoda
akwese sisi ao o wawa kula right wawa kula o sian kasaro o ma me na o captain o sian fi won right ohun kama if you want to say mamina ka say dog kama ya say kwa no e o believe o mamina kan so no so e hun sabo no pa o say dey o say kama so o dey say So yeah.
Doctor, I said be sorry. What the hell come?
No, it doesn't abusa. Let me make come say. Who said it doesn't abusa?
Me say, Usano. What da? I have to say, Uda paso. I have to say, Ujina Bontin, and now Junso. Into Junso.
Yeah.
Did something of that nature happen before?
Yeah, I happened before.
Okay. All right. That is all.
Yeah.
Papa Smiley.
All right then. Thank you. I see. You and dog. First year, why? Round up.
Yeah, that's how our perception it works. So that's it. It works in those three ways. So that's it. It's by what? By rationalism, which is by reasoning. You trust reasoning. And empiricism, which is by senses, right? And then faith. We trust authority. So that's it. Yes, and that is how it works.
Okay. All right then. Dr. Jingo. Yeah, better was it. Thank you very much. Na yanko or what ne champo. So we sure said by then na uncle wedding so I ready. We are na obi afana word ye de so akwa no. O wa ne champo. O timen ka o mute hwe. Ne yanko bamaso.
Adwenka se papa.
Na me ne mpom ti say.
I want you to be probably a boy or my Ghana. I'm sorry.
Yes, you are more than power.
I mean, no Casa or Mukum, the sin run as in which is no crowd toy.
And I want to soon be at a craft fine.
Yes, it's I want so a chamwa come.
Yes, I'm Kitwa.
Yo, Papa, you made a mini breaker, which you and Munina, Meta, Mitimo.
Yo, I see.
Find you many.
Yes. Now, snow your turn. Me can't want to be actual.
Catch every.
No, not talk as here. Our baby, I'm away. North Hano. Me whom has snow across Ada. And I cancel one. On say, I want to get escabone. Cancel task. Well, what to be a tribute.
I would have someone more Baba.
On my video, a tracker coining. Eddie snow no ecosifan. Into I say heap of area and a sea hole. In the pedestrian baby are the papa no. Because of my he play in this one, nipping to power bit. A man for in Anam car coining. I did not top out. Anna, on my year no, I think a whole day, most of the roads I saw. And on my hippie snow no. I could see in 2020 and no I send that here. So they want to know which one American.
Matthias.
Anna and Ra. Or bad, yes, a cancer for almost many Maguasi. Why they say Ghana professional? It's come a baby, Amoji. And you my ama to Memupono. And our body are told you soon now, but Pia Marco. And now me PMC. What dear? A second Puno. Because cancer for with all their technology. Uncle Dan and pavement is so. Oh, go on, what I used to say, President Kufuano. I want to be more way because I know I said, I'm going to go pedestrian pavement.
Yeah.
Meaning now, and soon not talk within an hour and a whole could be here. Like I said, there was no snow. That is how powerful our maker is. Zanya Kufuano, you know. And Obi say, ya wono. I'm a bar. I saw the cut here at you home. Hey, you come what you.
Papa, we make
you and it Tetro, what's it? Tetro.
Kimia, but I said, the more can it be your mammy, Miss Shrubby.
You, oh, I yeah, better ask a Uncle, what do you Uncle Weddy. Over to my crown, Sana, as or Swana.
Perception, I'm saying, more can fire so do baby and not what you need that boy. And then I never a crystal for yeah, who actually say?
I don't know what you
oh, somebody already evening now. Only this sequence, one of such as you and still. On first of all, but me, Nana, also perception.
Perception, no.
If you need the answer, maybe you to miss her. What you say, Bible, I'm assuming the Bible, you say, no more be blue, oh no, you can't see a tear, see a baby. Infinite sister, but a book is a book. Ha, na, the illusion are 20 years. Now you can say perception. Sometimes, maybe a case of Ghana, you know, almost corruption, no perception, to see, perception, to see, I mean, Ghana, the reality, I don't know, we are no movie, Liverpool, politics, 1 year, 4 years, no, let's catch them. Now you can say perception, say, about no perception, say, oh, Bokro, no, perception, so we are, about her. Really say, you can see any way to it. Sometimes I'm a perception now, Casapa, the tree back. But we are kind of different, you know. Yeah, for you, I'm not calling you. Only the tree back. To say the perception, and now, situation. You who say you address it and some.
Okay.
You know what you
You, yate. Why? Uncle Body, I don't know. Yabama, Oba Patricia, Abba, and the final word now, no, the my Sician, and you know, Oba Patricia, Bray.
Na Bibi, no one come. I was today, the weakness, no one got.
I was
anyway, by the way.
Hey, now, Cowper, to your own.
And as a more Canadians, so if you come again, I'll give a whopper.
It's
on her cry.
Says a when you
into on her cry. He doesn't look
so or check. Okay, you must say, Bibi.
Baba,
what's it? Okay, Freddy, okay.
Oh, yes, I wish that's you.
Okay.
And
into the idea.
I know they can say, wouldn't they can? You know what we're talking about.
You're on nation. Ocean idea.
What to a baby when they.
And look again. Now you look again.
Look again to the
the man who you know who said where the he got a third eye. No, what third eye?
Maybe we push Adrian, the other farmer come the area.
You now about Patricia on say pesa combedo. Okay, I see. Untimi come. Enti na also untimi nya 40 days.
Udi aduane ne wia aduane akasan udi anu akasan so wia wo ye den. So wo hia honde.
About Patricia, Obeso habibi. You na one say enkrofo on mo a omo edwin say Ghana politician bia Ghana obi a politician o Ghana bia eye corrupt. O hwa e de na fuel sa perception no.
Asamo omo say basically no omo can say what entails to win the position itself calls for corruption. So like recently the some say delegations they caused the MPP's downfall because Obimo per 2000 they were promised some monies which were not delivered, and until no so no them to now all those who had the money even double tend to have their place secured. But was it really in favor of the country and as a constituents? Not really. And then the politicians will say we need to recoup all that in that 4 years. So it's almost 4 years to stay in power. See, so 4 years now, whatever you think you've lost had to be acquired. It's not necessarily a jumana. The amount of how you're going to get that money back, because some of them went to borrow. most of them went for loans and all that until they have to resettle. And at the end, they even make more money because after that 4 years, no, only on yes certain baby na any adwuma bi omo. That's basically their politicians, so they are politicians. In that 4 years, and so we are 4 years can concern about opposition crana you solid. Nti no, I think perception na there yen nankasa yen no electorate nankasa nso ka ho and our politicians nso ka ho. In our sector na there it's a chain. Obi enye better see obi, we are all corrupt actually because yani once we pay 2,000. I think if I'll use Ajah Southwest constituency, I think the other guy who he stood, I think I think so. Yes, your map something about 3,000 Ghana, and what's the name? Kennedy went to double that amount until they had to vote for Ajah again based on that. But seriously, was it really good and in the best interest of the constituents? I didn't think that came to play. Until the Senipa no sunya no bar. I was sort of tani kanini na obi kra chiche bicycles na de chikra obi di sika ebe slots nema on the bufu yes omo fa the bicycles man. And truly wanko boros aske we anka anko beba so obeji the bicycles because he didn't win actually. No young kasani ye suni and no nema all this, and I don't think it's going to go away.
As I said, a perception that is based on facts, evidence. Maybe what?
It's facts. It's already there. Okay. Yeah, it's already there. A bad thing say paper away. I don't think it's going to go away.
Okay. All right. You. Yeah, but that's what it. Yeah, but that's what they are born to. Come. Am I? Yeah, but that's why. Na yanko bombardier eswe na bombardier mfa ne final word emra final word di baby opese otisi bia no otimi etisi na odi aba kama bombardier yanko
baba
yanko
ni na ye enyi na moya di ye che ye sua di papa ye si akontini wo ne be tintin nti ye na no na minya ba na o suggest ware no ni ye yin trust ni paper na ye ntro any deep ye ni oba fo bia na arefe wo ni pa ho ye bia na de do ko ye na wonu se ade e se utimi na oba no won so na oba bia da wo se bi wa hwe gum na we expect say oba na ge bia 9 months na ko beka se bia nyinsen na oba no bia na oba no nyinsen so dabi bibia nsie se na wo kipi oba no akora no until later bo se na wakoyie pie na afi de akofa nse na pie enti wa wonim se wo de ho wa wonim se wo ko kan se asafo market bia se bi 2 life ono ana wo ko labor ana krofu ma na unu so no obebia ko bibisa na wa kasa school days kra no unu se na ebia na sata na we solo of task osa na wa hwe na wa ma wo yede so ate wo kan tente man no hu se anpa that bi wa obi abebia no wo listen wo dada enti mesde emema no mun timnya samaye na ema no so yetumu bu se unu se bibisa mun ye ne tena mun kan kire ye na yentimye ne tente ne fanka ye we no ho se die oba na ni ti no ona ye akoko batan ya ono so oprema ne mba enti na papa wo hwe no me koso papa mo so de
wo so pa koso
na wo hwe no ma by na no Jerry John Rollins one enyo no the first and won't be the last ya de test na no MP ko we baby ye nyina enim senka wanwa na enim senka or second wife and the first wife go parliament and nti se mean say sika obegin 14,000 bosom minutes on the second wife and becha na say bia obema kakra and bia minim and say bia ono o me ne say bia I can say ye run you know double track no mami ko 2 years announce wo gem na seja ono so say Miss Marisa na MP for my second wife no so abedi e papa serious matter say koso na penifo kan on say dey kan aponchenu wa but e to dem so a na Dr. Jinkozu kase eto de bia ponchini ntimi ngu na emo mu hwe to ban bia bibi kuma wa kwaso do so forma utum se ampa bibi koso enti na ara ho en base de bia tesi eni e wo ti kumasi na ye the headquarters for Promotional of Ghana etesi efunda ho no obekuna poni sunu na ye kopa nkura rab no obego se wa chenye first gear ko feed gear se suno usun wanya ni kunu no Yes, also says the yes and medobium, the moon send Nikruna at Adano. Bibi and the baby and the name a 30 a shadow soon a follow ye. And no, we intend to more conference the year Pamuka, no, I intend to Ogasa Medio Midim. Said you say, or baby cried your Caribia, and in Yakopancha Adaroma, you bit my Caribbean Papa Sobekaya, a year a kind, a memono, a year a kind Shishamono. Osha, didn't fear Anna and no people high, your ma, a year of a phono, Anna or Monfa or more for some Indiago or Monet nieces, because I can mind, and now I can for a say. Wunya ba ana wosoa ba de ne ba cause baby ne ba cause oba ne be ma 20 krawa enkwa ne nyina no oba bobo mu nyina no se ne man wom nti ene ye gidi se se minya ba we wo a me se me de me gidi se ne ba ne ye ne ba nkasa sanso na me so afo nyina wo ba bi o bia ye wo ba na emom no ye gidi se wo fa ma ana se wankasa wo ma no enye ne nyina na ye wo ma sa cause eni bi nie enye ne nyina na ye wo ma nti into the Telebiana account for no more more for some class or woman, and Yazia, papa dear. Then so more, sir, idea and say one short one, or Yaka just say a crab could be a woman, massa, and your back. Won't say Tessie, Abuchi, do tell my yedi.
Mze Bombardier, what's yashi? Yo, Yama, Abby, and Fana where the mre, say Bombardier, Badia, a bit mamma to us. Abby, Yanko. Abi Abi.
Yeah.
Yanko.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yanko. Why?
What do you want?
Your final word. Either on something opesa wa waka and I say on the perception now ultimate careful from here. Why?
I was reading somewhere this afternoon that somebody, I don't know what authority has that person, who was advising the ladies or the people who are claiming that Rollins is their dad to follow the right channel or something. And I was a bit annoyed.
Why?
He is imposing his standard of the right channel.
Okay.
If it is truly true, gone through a lot of pain, anguish, and so on, and telling them to use the right channel.
Okay.
What him is the right channel?
Now, define a right channel, no.
That is how stupid our people think. He didn't say anything about right channel, but he was talking as NDC something and telling somebody who doesn't even know what the right channel is advising people affected, people who have gone through so many years of toil and deprivation, to use the right channel. You see how hypocritical we can be sometimes? You understand? And when you say this, people say, oh, it's hatred, is this. There's a need for sometimes to empathize, be in the shoes of those affected, and feel for them. You understand? We don't know whether they are saying, it's true or not. But I'm saying this on assumption that if it is true, nobody has any audacity to tell somebody who, insists his parents or something has deprived him or her of something to use the right channel. You understand? Then the second part is about this boy who was shaved, when he chased Rollins' daughter. The guy was really molested. You understand? And when they were doing all these things, where was probity and accountability at the time? Those people who feel, oh, you hate this, you hate that. Where was probity and accountability? Pastor, let me leave it
here. Where was probity and accountability? Bombardier.
Yes.
To our seminars, why? To our seminars.
Professor, can noise pollution. Mammy running up, on the more serious note, no, you didn't crack. Oh, no credit, they cast a true review and preview. Yen Obia on skeleton said, one cassa yawa. Onya baby koya Lucky Philip Dube. Or say let's sleepy dogs lie or say, hey Mr. Ace, don't open up the cupboard. I don't want no skeletons falling out. I don't want my past catching up with me because I'm happy. And so I said, oh, you're in the man into Papa, young fire into a hopeful. Rollins, you know, man, you know, Naba say, Papa no, about quite the wire what by any send a man back on to Kumasi. I think say, the Dimba tour, I think say, very first name BB or Bing. She said, Bema Bakun Swaba on social Bema and Nimpa on the Mitmaka said, Papa. Perception then so the independent is iron boy said yeah much the kind you know how many beba Tina Patricia they say one share Joe Muhammad obi ka me fa ne ko one na na de bi hia excel obi zo ka ne sa na obi zo de shebi onzo onzo ko say eche Muhammad ne e ko de enti obi a enye nwedru mezum ko yim hwedru enti mi am frem ye na mi am so mi hwe mi nkoda bremu free 82 basis na mi hwe say bia bibisa akoso a na mabode ro sem papa ombode ro o take FM na so obaby n say bia bombardie oni ye bibisa na no pambra na eja convention na be ya ni ya ne tentem na ma ye we abebe papa maka je Ghana sem dia akose FIFA ranking we dia ba ya obiso dia beba beba ntino mama ye mbojeje so bo bebre na ye mompaye say atiasepo no so benya adwin sachira me da sepi
yo bombardie yebedo ase watufu enti se o side issue bia said ya bombardie kan na wa pensem musisi a mse ha adwene se chairman ni hono na enema bi se ekoso ewo nachi so ha adwene pa I can only imagine so bit se fire said you will see so o ka say na
Smiley me see catch your money now.
Men kan chiro money
now almost starting number en kola no mo ya he mo mama nti ase no mo hu bibia
yo
earlier the better yo
so
na pati obi enu a odi jira komanda
bombardie also be hard yo ene o wa na champo ye kwa no enti o be kaka kra na se ene wa enjoy
baba oh what you my enjoy the play the power no matter the team na for the blame ni baba shep ma phone o se dia e press kai here say the president can say my for baba blame baba shep for some kind of crack kind of crack
almost some kind of crack
I'm before you kind of crack omo ko di be shep ntino omo kind of crack yo papa manu sia
kukuni saya jaya kika sube jayo
enti mama fo no so timi etimi ko di be she on na
kukuni jaya kika sube sa ebejo
o se e ma no mo program so ma no ya di sesi a me capture bu keke o me pass you trip but that's a be kai akwose bi kon akwose bi kon
na wa hene o be suggest say yenye mandatory DNA test o baby a yenye mandatory DNA test ana
e ba di anka semesi pa o
adentra
papa ese ma boku di be se
na ma be what about on be wo do kola na me ka kira
wa ye ta do ye ko esa mandatory test ni dia be se asemesi o ma wo be ye ke papa
2 pen be pure hospital o mu nya be ka
o fire when so perception
o ba hasna ya mo na ko Ameka bicha fire. Oba has na mo na fufu. E ma de. Ye hu na mo na fufu no.
Joseph what to ama obi abefa na yire. Joseph.
Yeah, Samu. Joseph dia abe ana.
Ya abi. Bawo. Abai tu ta.
Yo.
Nso ba ha na wa mo na fufu na mo check yo mo.
Ye ti o wa na champo na ye hwede ye sorry so. O wa na champo. Abe me ba. Me mo aka kra.
Is it not the Bible which said man shall not live by bread alone?
Aye.
Yeah, so why do you live by bread? Should we live by bread alone?
But by every word proceed out of the mouth of God.
So ye asoso ama enya pa no nko na emom o say by every word.
That's why men can talk. Isn't it nobody?
You any hene.
Yeah, P.
On say na ye can mandatory DNA test no ho asem. So na mo kase e man be brain ntimi mfiri hospital mpie. E say no so your perception.
But on the iPhone. Omo ye omo laptop na.
What yenti o wa hene me ba so am wa finalize. O wa hene yenko.
Papa, and the partner really nanka me kasa be brave.
Okay, all right then. Mate, o wa hene yate. Fire 2 hours sem so na run now.
Papa, iPhone.
Na o mama fabulous way.
Hey, fire, wait the message. I'm the new apple biaba. Fire chance.
And sana people na ye here go straight. I'm the court to Germany. German for some thing. Yes sir, at the kind no be because since they am prepare part of them power, part o mi ofie. Papa say me hu ba bi o say onifie. What dey say?
I know dia I know dem ba ku bi adamfo bi asema na o kan wo say o friend again bi. Me get ni so ofie say o chige na say na get ni si kasa no pa na echi no fa na ase na o she ba bia na obi kura ye de be exercise that time na o friend na so he ncho
wa dan for dem
o she wa dan for dem
wa dan for mo check mo nan for no mo check yo mo nan for
na fire trail na ye nan for na ye check o ya o mo for so mo ana
Amu for someone ya say jamo onko na minche oni anti ya na ehum woman na mfom say they always tend to spoil the women's mind
unim say asema wo kan no so your perception che wa yonko na minche usuma because fire me ne fire nam yin no so fire pema me pema o ti ase enti no ka say madam for ne fire
definitely something there is something common.
Common say let's say common good one or good say good so common and say good wo ho no and so intersection
best of same feathers
but say they are okay no baby say they are okay no say intersection
na me jo when that means bonin kwa
but say Patricia said they will see can no they akofa bonin kwa ana
I say we are saying something about say me manje who say obema na oba akọje oba nso na akọje onim say the yonko ba ekotena it ye nyina the same adekrome
to yo any fa na word ne so na fa ya num jana why
una ma me fa ya me ka nyina ne some yes na ayi ka say board chairman say nyina ye say the president say we see ye adwin so say obi ejidi se Bible no nyame asem it's a perception you can ya but man who nye say nipa no na adwen nye ana say is negative sanzo na nipa no so dwen say won so no you are the negative side so they say enti insanity ba say who conclude say den ya say oji Bible dia o believe say Bible ni nyame asem ne dia is a negative side. But sounds no ebedwene hu say you are the negative side. So Nti sa na tie se kremoni hu ze ne de ye Kristo ni hu ze ne de ye bia hu ze nti sometimes say uka say enam ze asuma se gina hanti no he's that's kind of dear na year it does not help. Nti as we are saying, you know, maybe one day you come to the understanding of it, then once wabe gina baby o gina ne bi bon say nti I say nti asie ne enyaye nti that not make us enemy, right? Nti so obi wo bad perception be go ni tim but me the way I'm who perception there is like obi be a obi kra be kan asem bia for bi say asoma say na de achi otim say asoma say but sir the person nso no onye obone oni nipa ne nam kama onye obone but obi abeka kire oze nipa ne ebone ni na oni nipa no entema basa you are destroying yourself. So we shouldn't do it that way, but we always have to treat people as the way omonde eyeye no oni ne nam oni ne sire kama bibia montem ye kama so no you go on like that. Don't do be a culture no and the negative perception will be putting into your mind, men for no and call that relationship name. So where's Anna you destroy a lot of things. That's it.
You any yes that's pa fire dumjane mi yanko ati omitu hu ye dumjano na yanko
Personally
o de ni etie dumjano
ya ene ya kan sem bebre na ne kwan so ara no na Camerons de no this year man for ebi pese omo bote so bobo no in fact say e hwenye yi oba bi wo ho a oni be ma na kwisia onu mpo anwoka nche be ma na so onye mu how would the man know say oba cases ni bebre this year ba no oh and don't forget say Camerons or temperature say and we go Ghana and we no be MP. Oh, inti we have to be as a say yeah be can nature sem na how a man for say they have the opportunity a bit poor than some almost say no suru or your president sir what about your mom and the relatives inti you say yeah because anybody can say that papa minimo bia onye me papa ba ye ni papa enso o se yem pa o se me papa enso e ma ye
ayo papa ba
me before ye nua but no I was not comfortable okoye DNA test papa ene me tell him o ne papa me ho kra but natural almost o se ye enso e well inti say ye very careful I be say obi aka say the guy should use right channel and no problem. I mean, why is you have problem with this? What's the idea? Use right channel. And you're saying you're quite attractive. And people who are reporting, you know, they write what will make headlines. Into whom we do headlines and go down say, we say, as some ban and carpets or carrying into they should go and cause trouble or kill Amikone doing a man. No, a right channel.
Fire. What is the right channel for you? Do we have any established process?
I don't see anything wrong with say the person say right channel is so pie.
So what is the right channel for you? You tell me what is the right channel?
And ebina makachiro no. Say wo maame wo ne Abi adan ko da brem ebra ro ko kevas na. Now say Abi omuye go there, that's the right channel. And train Emma Bemu. Now I say, Papa and the Royal Square. That is wrong.
Fire.
Number two,
somebody whose appearance at the funeral crowd, police were beating her. Is that what you call the right channel?
Oh, so on this opportunity. You have all the opportunity around the sun.
Is it the police problem to be beating her? Is it police problem?
Police problem,
exactly.
So I can say those who are affected to use the right. Since here overcano, and no, and now they are going to use runs now law, interstate law. No. If the man have a will, and I don't want to probe into his knowledge that all these people they are outside of his property. Unless there's no will, then they can go to the court. That is what the PNDC law said. Oh, but Kumpa has no interview. I say he doesn't want anything, but he just wants the world to hear. But that is my problem. You had all the opportunity in this world. In the you were no serious person. Oh, command in Pakistan can't just say, you can push him. You can push him into DNA and stuff like that. Papa, I said back also, they say, I didn't know what you can't do, but Papa, risky. Share in his own lifetime, or say, security wise, once I made Miss Wano, sir, a boy, no time, Okafa runs bano. You trap runs about those days, you trap on. What could do be, I don't know how we will do banner as they did. But security reset the man matured. But who wire runs, yes, sir. They could use the guy to get warrants because a moment a bear no a barber foul bad, more bear part of the family. And they can use him security wise. Obama ABTC into Yen and never I would never accuse Royals on that boy issue. On one more than man, he separated himself from the Kodano more than 9 years because of security reasons. And that's why.
Fire. When he was in power, he had all the security apparatus at his disposal. So do you think beating this boy is enough security? So you see where you are going now. If it is your brother or your son who was mercilessly treated like that, you will say security. When the guy was following him, didn't she know about this security?
Masa. Yaman woni ba. And asama ya kanu. Proverbs chapter 26. And ye mo hanu. For no o mama no woni ye nya tie. Yaman woni said, don't follow the girl. Who tie na kwa twiga na ebo a. Enya wona o de ma ho. And most man for them tie.
Fire face.
Indi wo abi no. Say we a young man. Wako atibubo wo say me baba no. Why too old? Don't come here. What's one tip for?
Fire. The boy was welcomed. The boy was welcomed in the family. It was when he decided to leave her that they went to beat him. Do you understand? Because the guy discovered. The guy. Hey, fire. We were all in Ghana when the lady said they've given her some type of shave. Do you understand? Because the girl, according to sources, was going out with a pilot trainer. And this guy said, okay, I'm going. So his only offense was, why did you decide to leave our daughter? That was his only offense.
It's a perception.
Then you are talking about fire. It's not perception. The boy is alive. Do you understand? We were all in Ghana. Fire, look. People are...
But now, no. I think, what Cameron did was to the security at the time. Oh,
there is no security here. This has nothing to do with security.
That is you. You are not Camerons. Who are Camerons? On one about
your charm, I mean, he was your charmer. He wasn't my charmer.
I know.
That's
what we say. We say Obi Wompa, we were not qualified, and so you will not you and a man appointment. It's not for you to determine who is a chairman. I will say this one emphatically. It's not for you.
Yeah, and it is also not for you to determine who the chairman is.
And they said the man is the chairman. So what is your problem?
Our, it's your chairman. Don't say our. It's not our. I'm not part of I've never accepted that so-called that inspiration they describe as.
You don't need to accept it. You don't need to accept it. But me, Americano, you have no right to tell me, sir, on your chairman. Me na make esa.
Just say your chairman, not me.
But I will say he's the chairman. As a man doesn't be here.
Some of us we are not sycophants. So me, I don't follow anybody blindly. I'm not sycophant.
Oh, and fire friend the chairman so is sycophant.
Exactly, it's a sycophant.
Why? Miss Now, Mahama, what to Obama? Was he president? Was he president?
Mama became president through the process we are witnessing. So why are they crying foul?
Did you vote for Mahama?
Rollins was Mama was imposed on us by Tukuba and his people. So that's the same process we are witnessing.
Did you vote for Mahama? Did you vote for Mahama? Also, Akaho. Won't you call him President Mahama? What are you talking about?
Have you ever heard me calling Mahama President Mahama? Have you ever heard me?
Not president. Does not mean that he's not president because you are nobody. It's a majority.
Yeah,
one person.
Fire. You and Mahama are nobodies. You and Mahama are nobodies.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, Brenna. Yeah, more fancy. Yeah. Fire. Thank you very much. Hey, Abby. Yeah. Also, yeah. When the Moncasa with you, yeah, fancy. I see. And your car perception was omuguswa. Yo, na second see MOBBA who's been part of today's show. Bibi, a better BB as say a man assignment no. Or the assignment no every fe come. No emuba no in fact ye busi ho questions be as to assignment no the what the bray no no muma ekowie quote bia making kan kire wo say growth is painful, change is painful, but nothing is as painful as remaining mentally enslaved. Me ekowie honom na abedi also one kind of mental slavery be name more kind of brainwash. You free honom na ma yet to see perception. In fact, the end full a perception. Ubi actually na june kama debe was asemi ho. Esan say ye nyina no our history determines or contributes to how we perceive things no. Maybe the obusamia quite unfortunate to say said you be see who ade no ebe how ama wakoma aye debe it's quite unfortunate say ebebasa esan say for you to perceive things as to how someone perceives things you would have to run through the whole history of the person and say what my perceive sir, and you cannot do that. So why get yourself worried as to how someone perceives this or that? Why would you want to just take yourself through that trauma if you cannot run through the whole history of the person? We will come back and carry on with another exciting edition of Bama Sumidiano and one Purpose Mali. Right now, we're crossing over to Ghana, Hour of Awakening and Empowerment from Ethereal Mission International, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment. Bye-bye.
Z.
Skelly on the beat.
Baby, you definitely be yourself with David. Woman, well, swag in a drip. Z.
Skelly on the beat.
Baby, you definitely be yourself with David. Woman, well, swag in a drip. Come on, I can't
Baby, Mara, they call me Parapa, baby, you're blowing my mind, yo. Baby, Mara, they got me Baramba, baby, you one of a kind, yo. Baby, stainless. My baby, stainless. Baby, stainless. My baby, stainless.